and welcome, Raiders, and hello. Thank you to everybody who is following us as well. Much appreciated. Welcome back to Roll Propelled Gamers for Odoron episode 9. Last week, you all were confronted in what has become your home tavern, the Rusty Axe, by the resolute Anvil Thane. And had an interesting conversation with him. I can't stop laughing at it. I can't do it. I was trying to straight face her. I can't. That is going to be the best NPC ever. Oh man.
I'm at like 47.7K.
Hell yeah. And running around the city, getting some shopping done as well. And finally settling back in the tavern after a day of shopping and going to the library and picking up several interesting books. You all had an interesting conversation with some cultists that turned violent. That was where we ended.
We had them for dinner.
My wolf said they were delicious.
Henrietta
said, "Get the fuck out of here."
Henrietta had just picked up her bag that had her precious stone in it, and that is where we left off. So, what would you all like to do?
I'd like to search the big guy. The leader.
I'm gonna join Farzu and just start looting bodies, and also to see if there's anything that like indicates like who these people are, what their agenda is.
I'm gonna loot them and throw them out the door. Get them out of this nice establishment that we're so kindly just wrecking.
Yeah, look to see if they have rings with the triangle emblem on it, like the one we found on the prints.
So, all of you roll investigation.
I would like to cast Detect Magic as a ritual spell and see if I can find anything magical.
Okay.
Investigation.
Yes, investigation.
21.
21. Okay.
Also 21 after a couple of lives.
Cool.
Rook got a 17.
Excellent.
Somehow.
I will get to you in a second. Farzu and Dunsu, between their bodies, you find 4 hand crossbows. They used to fire at you guys. About 15 crossbow bolts between them. Uh, 10 gold pieces between their body, and 4 daggers.
Anything special about any of this that you can tell, Royce?
I will get to Rook first, and then because it takes 10 minutes to cast it. It takes 10 minutes to cast it.
Oh, okay.
He didn't change his nickname. God dang it.
I'll fix it.
Okay. I'll I'll get to him in a minute because it does take time to ritual cast it. Rook, they do not have rings on them with that symbol. However, they do have tattoos over their hearts that do match the symbol.
Same on all four of them, more or less, or do any of them have like? Is there one that stands out, or do they all pretty much have the same tattoo?
The four that were not slashed across or bitten by a wolf that you can actually make out the full tattoo on them,
Okay.
those all look identical.
Okay. And the other ones are not really enough left.
Yeah, unfortunately.
And that's the symbol
Interesting.
that we saw on the Dwargar prince.
Yes.
Yeah, he had the ring.
Yeah, the ring.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Were these like are these Dwargar or are they
They
different?
they're dwarves.
Okay.
Your
Just
bartender,
standing over there casting.
your bartender buddies just like sit, just like at the bar, just like a hand on the bar, just staring at the table.
I'm gonna take the 10 gold that we found on their bodies, and I'm gonna hand them to the barkeep for the damages.
Okay.
Don't know if this
oh
is
yeah,
enough,
I
but
broke
here.
the table, didn't I?
Oh, you shattered it. You cast shatter on it. It's done. Yeah. That is not gonna cover the table, but okay.
Oh,
You can put the rest on their tab.
Funny.
Well, Henrietta, I'm still not sure what that stone of yours is, but whatever it is, there seem to be some folks out there who are willing to do quite a bit to get it back.
So let's see. I really wish I could get more information from Saloon.
Sorry, Megs, you're cutting out a little bit.
Yeah.
I was also going to say maybe we should look into kind of trying to hide / disguise where that stone is going forward to keep it safer. So that way we don't have somebody just rush her to try to grab it in the middle of a fight one day.
Oh, I was gonna say we should consider leaving this city sooner rather than later. I would hope.
Agreed. I still think we should kind of try to disguise or hide it a little bit to, make them think it's in one place to buy us time in case that ever happens again.
Yeah, this wasn't whatever this cult is, this wasn't all of them. They'll be back.
Right.
They'll send more people.
And you saw how aggressive that one was to just try to get the stone and run at the end. So, like,
To attack us in a public place, in a
right.
tavern. Like,
And then when it starts to go, a little bit their way, they try to just grab what they want and run. They didn't even really want to finish it or do anything else. So,
I mean, I was a pirate. If you're gonna take somebody's property, at least have the common decency to kill them first.
That checks out.
Like that's just courtesy.
Also, just whatever this cult is, apparently it's enough to get Dwergar and dwarves to seemingly work together.
Wait, you think they were working together?
Yeah, these cultists have tattoos that are the same marks what we saw on the Dwergar prince's ring.
Hmm.
So they may or may not know each other, but they're in the same circle somehow.
And it doesn't mean these dwarves speak for all of the dwarves at all. Like these could be outliers. These could be renegades. They could be some of the few dwarves who actually agree with the Dwargar. That I don't think that means dwarves are the problem.
But at least it means whatever their cause is, it's at least a little bit extended beyond just the Dwergar.
Yeah, I think we should try to get somewhere that's not in this kingdom, but where we can hopefully find out some information about this object. What exactly are we dealing with here?
What exactly did she pull me into?
Above game, the ritual spell would be done cast about now. One of the hand crossbows is magical in nature and is a +1 hand crossbow.
I'll let everyone know that.
We should get a somewhat decent price for that one.
Oh, I think that one has Rook's name all over it.
Yeah, I was gonna say we have
Oh.
somebody that uses that.
I thought Rook just used a bow.
I still think she could probably use it.
Yeah, I have a bow right now, but I could still use a hand crossbow. I know how it works. You just point and pull the trigger, right?
Takes longer to load though.
Mhm.
True. But sure, if you want me to take it, I'll make good use. Stick some bolts in our enemies. How many bolts did you say we recovered? 15?
15, yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Give Rook the +1 and then we'll sell the rest, yeah? Does anyone
Fine
else
with
want?
me.
Fine with me.
You guys are gonna sell the daggers too, I assume?
Yeah.
So I open up the same tab for the third time because I keep forgetting I've already opened up this tab. It's evening now, so the stores probably aren't going to be open.
No, but I have to go that way tomorrow morning.
True.
Yeah, we have to go get our tattoos.
Mm-hmm. I need one.
If not, I mean, I already got my discount. I'm good.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
I think this might be unpopular, but I think we should all go down to the docks with Farzu and Henrietta while they get the tattoos. I don't love the idea of all of us being separated while Henrietta is walking around with that stone.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea that we should stick together.
I have one errand to run tomorrow, but I can not go as me. And then meet you guys down there. It shouldn't take more than an hour or so.
All right. Anybody else want to do anything before they go to bed?
I want a stiff drink.
Agreed.
Beer.
Something stronger.
Stronger for me as well.
Let's see what you guys didn't Didn't destroy.
Sorry.
It happens. You guys said strong, right?
Yep. hmm
Pulls
Yes,
out a
please.
bottle from underneath the bar and puts it on it. It's about this tall, and it is like a jet black glittery liquid, and there's like red streaks of liquid running through it at the same time.
Wants us to drink a lava lamp?
Looks good.
Would I know what this is?
Make a history check.
So no. Oh, 16.
Yeah, that'll
Have you
do it.
used this drink before, Rai?
No, I have not. This is called Skull Bungler.
Is this is it something I would have encountered in my travels or in my pirate career?
Pirates have been known to drink this before, like, dangerous crossings and stuff.
So would I have had it before?
I will say probably once in your life you have had this before.
Looks fancy. How much?
This stuff's hard to get. It's 2 gold a shot.
I'll take 2 shots.
All right.
Can
Trust
I
me,
just have a
Farsu,
beer?
one's enough.
Yeah, that's fine. Hands you pours
Take
one out of one of the
two, come
kegs.
on.
And does it?
I'll do a shot of it as
Or
well.
drinking while I watch.
So how many shots? Just the 3 for the 2
One
of
for
you?
me.
3 of the 2? Okay. He pours them, and the red stuff starts to, like, wisp off of the glass and, like, a little bit of smoke when you drink it. And you guys do the shots? All right, both of you need to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Natural 20 for a 22.
Okay.
16.
Okay. Both of you, within about a minute and a half, feel absolutely just smashed. You are, Farzu, you are also poisoned for the next hour. However, you cannot be frightened or charmed while the poison effect is still active.
Poison damage?
You do not take damage, you just have the poison.
Okay, cool. Because if it was taking damage, then I just lesser restoration, get rid of poison.
Yeah.
But if it's not damaging me, I don't care.
So you have disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks, but you can't be frightened or charmed for the next hour.
Okay.
Now the second shot.
Yes, please, the second shot.
Oh
I'm good with
God.
one. I resume trying to hit on the bartender.
Mm-hmm. He kind of is like,
Oh.
I want to see this. Are you actually gonna do the second shot now, knowing what happened? with the
Fucking
first-
right. Oh yeah, I'm
Okay.
going at her.
Okay. I
It
need
was a
you
good one,
to.
though.
I need you to roll a d12 and add your con mod to it.
D12. Yes. Plus a con mod.
Yeah, d12 plus your con mod, which is a 1.
Six.
Cool. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw after you do the second shot, but -6 from your roll instead of adding your +4.
Yeah. Well, good thing I rolled an 18.
For a 12. You are just barely conscious drunk after the second shot hits you. Like, you immediately get, like, the spins and the burps. You are
Alright.
right on that line.
Now I
Oh.
gotta see if this is gonna make me happy or
Just
sad
passing
or
out.
Third shot. Third shot.
no. I don't think I
Third
could even
shot's
pick
the
it up.
charm.
Third shot, above game, third shot would be a minus 10. Or no, minus 12 on his save throw.
I'll buy him the shot if he'll do it, bartender.
Brooke's gonna have like
Look-
a regular non-alcoholic cider just so she can enjoy this.
Okay. He'll slide one across the table at you. It's my responsibility to, like, not overserve people, so I wouldn't let you buy it for him even if he wanted to.
Now, where's the fun in that?
And it's not about having
And
fun, it's about personal
I try to say
responsibility.
that. I try to say that in a very debonair way, but I hiccup halfway through, and it just ruins it.
I mean, I do have some other fun drink bottles I bought off a pirate ship. If you guys are interested in something less toxic.
Yeah,
Frank
I'll
hops
take a
in the
shot
bar.
from one of them.
All right, pulls up like 3 bottles. There's like a gray one, like just looks like dishwater, like a blue one, and then like a light clearish green one.
I'll take the green one.
Is the blue one Kanar from Star Trek?
No,
Or is it Synthale that's the blue one?
I don't actually. Oh my god, what is the blue one from Star
Or
Trek?
Romulan Ale? Sorry, distract.
No, you're good.
I think the strategy here is to just drink everything we can find, because eventually one of them will be like
The
a potion
antidote.
of giant strength or something.
Potion giant. So you want a shot of the green one? Is that what you said?
Yes.
All right. Pulls out shot glass and pours it and slides it across. It smells like home to you. It smells like very earthy, like the forest around your home, Emerus, as you begin to drink it.
I'm just gonna throw it back.
Okay. After about 2 minutes, it begins to hit you, and you kind of feel like your head spinning for a second. And then you like feel something like on the back of your neck, like itching. And you realize, like, from your shoulder blades, like 2 branches have now grown out and they're covered in leaves.
Well, that was unexpected.
I assume that I'm hallucinating, and I look up at the bartender and say, "God damn it, what did you put in this stuff?" As I look at my empty glass.
And your exposed skin that you don't have with covered in like your armor has almost like a bark-like look to it now.
What did you give me?
I don't know what any of this stuff does. I just bought it. It looked cool.
So the personal responsibility line went out the window, serving somebody something unknown now.
Look, I can't serve people. I can't serve people, overserve people. Giving them shit I don't know what it does. Absolutely.
That's
I
fair.
have a
Just don't call
fucking
it a
tree on my back now, though.
Above game, you're also under the effect of the bark skin spell for the next hour.
Okay.
If you start saying I am,
Hank was just looking up what
be
that
worried.
spell does. He's like, oh wait, let me see if that's bad. Oh, it's fine.
No, I knew it wasn't. I just wanted to check the AC on it.
Yeah, it's like it's just AC. Spark skin.
Yeah.
Can I just have this bottle?
Look, you damaged him. You turned him into a fucking tree, man. Like, you don't want
Yeah.
to serve that to other customers. You should. We'll take it off your hands, though.
It tastes like home.
Yeah, you guys are probably right. I shouldn't serve that to customers. That's actually good. That's a good. That's true. That's
And you
true.
should give my friend Farzu over there a third shot.
That I won't do. But I'll sell you guys the bottle for 5 gold.
I'm gonna buy it.
The green bottle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I need money
Not
for
the
the
other
table. I need money for the table.
I told you, go put it on their tab.
They're dead.
I'm sure they've got some identifying marks that will let you know who they belong to charge them for it.
And I'm sure they've got friends who will be by looking for them.
Exactly. Charge them.
Speaking of which, we should probably dispose of the bodies so they aren't just laying around the bar room.
I said I stuck him outside.
Yeah, you guys
Fuck
dragged
if
them
I'm
outside
doing
already.
it right now.
You guys
Yeah.
dragged them outside already. Above game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was searching him and throwing him out the door.
So I still have the gray one and I still have the blue one left if anybody wants to.
I'll
Can we
take the
do-
gray one.
Can we give the blue one to Farzu?
Yeah.
You guys just want to see my get my clothes off, don't you?
We want to
No,
see
I
how the
just want
squirrel
to see if you
parties.
can pass out.
Man, I didn't realize that was on the table.
It's under the table.
He kind of smells it. Smell that. That's strong.
I'm gonna look over at Rook and just think to her. He doesn't need any more, but this is way too funny.
Pours a shot and the blue shot and kind of slides it across.
Tries to grab it, looks at it, shrugs.
Make a Constitution saving throw for me. Not negative, so add your +4.
Nat 20 for a 24.
Yes.
DC's increased by
By the
2
way,
for
that's
each,
Romulan ale.
for each drink consumed after the first drink that night. So you would have needed a 22. So you will not remember anything after your first ale at dinner, including the combat and searching the bodies when you wake up the next morning.
It's a forget-me-now.
But that's after I wake up, right?
Correct. It is after you complete a long rest.
And do you know what the gray one does, or is it just ugly dishwater?
It smells really good, but I have no idea what it does.
Frank
You're
said
not
he
trying to
wanted it.
service. You're not trying to service dishwater, are you?
I heard a voice in my
Just
head, but I
those
wasn't
guys-
sure who it was.
Just because those guys broke the table.
I
doesn't mean you
point
guys
to the
service
dragon.
dishwater.
Okay. Pours a shot and slides it across.
Obviously, Henrietta pays the 2 gold.
Mm-hmm. It tastes sweet to Frank. Almost like sweet cream, even though it is this grayish color. And he has resistance to cold damage for the next 5 minutes.
Yippee!
It also because of his size, also gets him sloshed.
He just looks over at Emerus. You're a goddamn tree.
Yeah, I know. This bartender's fucking crazy.
He's like doing a flip in midair, and he's just upside down. He's like, but you're a goddamn tree.
Yeah, I know. Keep looking. Just fucking sit on a branch if you want.
He will. He'll perch on a branch.
There, you happy now?
All right, I kind of have to. Is the squirrel gonna go hunting for some nuts on this tree?
You're good. So you see the squirrel just looking at you, and eyes just go.
Farzu, you climb the tree, my wolf bites your head off.
Not
And then my wolf will look right at him and growl. I know, but he's looking at the squirrel and telling Farzu, because I don't know how to talk to squirrels. And I don't want to talk to a squirrel.
You can't talk to a squirrel.
They don't have the intelligence for it, unfortunately.
So you're saying he's climbing up Emerus's leg looking for nuts?
Tried to. Well, I'd say he would probably jump from the counter to one of the branches.
I'm gonna immediately reach up, grab him, and throw him across the bar.
Okay.
Not to hurt him, but to, like, get him away from me. Like, not in a...
Wait, you throwing the squirrel or Farzu?
The squirrel.
Okay.
I do have one more
Careful,
bottle.
the squirrel has 1 hit point.
They land on their feet, unless it was in direct attack. It wasn't a direct attack.
No, it was just...
I do have one more bottle. I have no idea what it does, and it's a really small bottle. Probably only has like 10 or 12 shots in it. Puts it on the table, and it's just like swirling, like, you know, like a swirl chocolate and vanilla cone in the bottle. It's that, but like gold and silver liquid.
You know what? Maybe it'll get rid of a tree. Let me drink that.
Do you want to hear the price before I pour it to you?
Sure.
I had to pay 200 gold for this bottle, so it's 20 gold a shot. Since I don't know what it does, you want to just say 10?
From
It's
the
a lot
bar,
of gold,
Dietrich
and
will
I don't
just-
even get to keep it.
From the bar, Dietrich will just say, why don't you try to identify it?
I can't identify alcohol. I don't know what it is.
Somebody here can identify stuff. Who was it? Was it? Oh, fuck! It was Farzu, wasn't it? And I just
I think he's
head back
fucked
down on the
up.
counter.
Above game. Can't Dunce identify stuff too?
Dunce is a sober bard. He's never stepped foot in a tavern. Now, I can cast Identify on it if they want me to. I'll do my little ritual song and dance routine.
It is in fact magical in nature. It is called a glitter bomb. And when you drink it, you roll a d20. On an 18 to 20, you are cured of all non-magical poisons and diseases, including drunkenness. A bottle contains between 8 and 12 shots.
You're muted.
You're
Dunce.
muted.
I'll tell them that it can heal the bark skin, but I don't want Farzu to wake up and remember stuff, so it'll be more fun this way if we let him stay drunk.
What?
Can
What?
we tell him he broke the table then?
Yes.
Farzu, if you drink it, it'll kill you.
We can tell him that his
That-
squirrel
that
got
sounds
super strong and
interesting.
broke it. You're supposed to say it'll make you more powerful or something. He won't do that. It'll turn your squirrel into a cat.
Don't like cats.
See?
Then don't drink it. Your squirrel will be a cat if you do.
Don't think he likes cats either.
He landed on his feet like a cat.
A squirrel. They fall from trees all the time.
I'm not a tree.
You are Groot.
Hey,
Take a point. Take a point.
We are Groot.
I'm gonna keep drinking my beer now.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna wild shape into my wolf and go outside
And sleep.
once it's finished. Yep.
Okay.
Wait, are you Tree Wolf? Is that the way
No,
it works?
no. The
The spell
wolf
keeps going.
It does. It goes for an hour, but the trees vanish when he wild shapes. Although if you were to pull aside his fur, underneath the fur, it'd still be bark skin. If it walks on the
Bedrooms
ground,
are
it'd just
up
be a
the
tree.
stairs, right?
Yes.
It's going to be interesting.
Are there stables around this tavern that I could lead Farzu into for the night? Potentially.
I thought you said staples.
There
like,
is
there
a-
a staples around? Like, yeah, we've got that.
Fantasy Costco. Fantasy Costco.
Yeah, I'm looking for some paper.
There's
Yeah, I mean, if you
there
read-
is a stables. It's where you guys have your goats right now in the cart. So yeah, you could lead him out there if you want to.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell him that we're taking him to bed and leave him out in the stables. Especially since he won't remember any of this anyway. This will be even better.
Okay, you
Good,
can do
because
that.
I was really looking for the 1995 edition of Microsoft Flight Simulator.
1 minute. Oh my god.
I'm just trying to think of shit they have it in Staples.
Dwight Schrute works
I need a
there
new trapper
from time to
keeper.
time.
And next, you can sniff whiteboard markers. That's tomorrow night.
Yeah. New office chair.
The Washington Nationals minor league team.
Could take a shot at my drink too.
Their major league team probably too.
No, that's
I had to turn
Radio
the AC
Shack.
down. Again. Alright, so Farzu's in the stables. Sorry, the fantasy staples. What
Can't
else?
fight this, can I?
I have a +10 to deception. I can't imagine how high that goes against a drunk person.
Yeah, you'd be rolling insight at disadvantage against him when he leads you to the stables if you want to. He's gonna go for it.
Insight.
Yeah,
Go
insight.
Insight with disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 28.
I got an 8.
You're like, oh my gosh. He's so nice helping me to go to the bed after I've
We
drank
got
too
you one
much.
of these really special rooms that has like a giant cot in it. Where it's hay filled and everything. It'll be super comfortable. You'll be able to sleep everything off.
Oh my god. Okay. Alright. Anybody else doing anything before bed? Or is that kind of the end of the night?
Brooke will just
That
turn
seems
in.
like-
She's been thoroughly entertained.
Yeah, that seems like a night to me.
Henrietta just kind of like grabs under Frank and like carries him to bed with her.
As Frank like a sleeping ferret, where he's just like completely limp noodle.
No, he's still like doing loop de loops, and she's like, "No, come here. It's bedtime."
Okay.
Drunk Frank like showing off that he can fly. So everybody can hit their long rest buttons.
As I walk up to bed, I'll stop and just listen at Lucius's door, see if I can hear anything.
You can hear him like mouthing words.
Just curious.
You can hear him like mouthing words, like making sure he's reading them correctly. Judging based off the words, you can probably tell he's on Tusk Glove 2 already. He finished the first one in a day.
Poor guy's not even here to defend himself.
Oh, that's what he told me he was doing. So I asked
Oh,
I
okay.
asked for a little bit of info tonight. Yeah.
And if I rejoin the others after, I'll just say like, well, it sounds like he's reading furiously. I can't really speak to if he's doing anything else furiously.
Okay. So everybody can hit their long rest buttons. Everybody else gets a great night's sleep. Farzu, you wake up and the last thing you remember is putting a beer to your lips at dinner and then waking up in the stables this morning to the smell of the breakfast buffet in the tavern.
That smells good. Where the hell am I?
I'm gonna go downstairs.
Why are there goats in my
Go grab him.
Nah.
Bring him in. Tell him you had a rough night. I'll take care of his breakfast this morning for him.
Oh, good.
You shouldn't drink so much. You're a little guy. You can't keep up with Dietrich. He drank you under the table.
hump?
Yeah. It was bad. I don't even know how you
As
got
I-
out here. We put you in your room last night, and you somehow left your room and were mumbling about goats all night. So
So are you saying this as you walked back into the tavern, or are you still in the stables?
yeah, like the end of this is what you hear. You hear him.
So as Dietrich's coming downstairs, he hears Dunce telling Farzu this story, and Dietrich will just say, "Look, it might be more accurate to say that I drank you through the table," and I'll point to the shattered table.
Oh
it
yeah,
was
that
quite
happened.
funny.
Wait. How the hell did that happen?
We're really not sure.
Seath,
You-
will, Seath, the bartender, will kind of see what Dietrich did and go, yeah, I added it to your tab from last night that you didn't pay.
I'll just clap Farzu on the back and say, "Don't worry, friend. You blacked out. It happens to everybody."
Farzu, you and your squirrel had way too much fun.
That doesn't make sense. Just to drink like crazy back at home.
Oh, they got some really strong stuff here apparently, and you just
Was it
couldn't
at
handle
least good?
It was
Oh, hell,
pirate
never
made
mind.
stuff, so I assume so.
Huh.
Playing drinking games with pirates is always a bad idea.
Bad idea. I thought that just makes me lose money.
Wait, didn't y'all play
Oh.
cards after dinner?
I thought you owed him like 35 gold.
Yeah, he played
still.
cards after
Yeah.
he drank his first beer, so it would be after his line of events.
So yeah, I'm pretty sure you lost a game of poker to
What?
Dietrich too. You were learning and you lost
Wait,
it. You lost like 10 gold, or
I
actually
played
above game.
cards?
Above game, it's whatever
10.
Teacher
No,
cloth.
above game, he beat me and he took 10
Yeah.
gold from me.
Yeah. Okay, it was
Uh,
10. I was just trying to get the number right
was-
so I
it
could
was
tell him
10
that
gold.
story. Yeah. I could tell him that story so you get your 10 gold back.
See, this is sitting at the, it's just standing at the bar, like looking down at the bacon, just head in their hands, just like, oh my god.
But don't worry, I got your breakfast
Uh.
this morning, so
Wait, do I feel hungover?
No, you don't.
No?
That is one of the side effects, or one of the positive effects of the drink known as Fuzzy Nights.
Is
Hmm.
that nights
Fuzzy
with or
Nights.
without a K?
Without a K.
Okay. Good.
Fuzzy Nights with a K is the strip club in town.
Yeah,
Is
sorry,
that where Lucius is reading
where is
his
this
book?
strip club exactly?
It's this world's Chippendales.
It's a dwarven strip club too. They must be pretty fuzzy.
Yeah.
It's true.
Where is this exactly? Do you have an address?
Yeah. Do you wanna go?
Does Rook know where it is?
I mean,
Yeah,
how
we're
much
gonna-
time do we have?
Rook probably would know where it is.
Thought we wanted to leave sooner rather than later.
Also, I didn't think you wanted to separate, and I'm not going to Fuzzy.
Oh, there'll be plenty of time later.
What if it goes out of business?
A day?
I mean, you saw what happened with Farzu and the table last night when people get a little drunkenly rowdy around here.
That's true. I suppose you never
I've-
know.
I feel fine though.
Okay, then you tell us what happened last night.
I don't know.
But you have such a
Uh,
keen
drinking a
mind that you always
beer?
remember stuff, and yet you can't remember, so maybe you are drunk. Or were drunk.
Look, let's not antagonize him. He broke a table. He lost a game to our friend, and he can't remember anything. It's not his fault he drank too much. He played a game with a pirate and lost.
Look,
That's
the
fair.
first time I got so drunk that I blacked out, I accidentally lost my virginity. So you came out fine, Farzu.
To a
Don't worry
fuzzy
about
night.
it. It was a very fuzzy night. But that's a story for another day.
Henrietta looks down at her fur-covered body and then, how fuzzy?
I will say one word and one word only. And then that's the end of the story, and we're going to drop it. Deal?
I don't know
I
if I
have a
can't
question-
remember last night.
But I have a question about it too.
And the one word is tabaxi.
Were there hairy navels involved?
That's the end of the story, and we're dropping it.
So you literally got some pussy.
Take a point. Woo! Goddamn.
And I set him up, and Megs just knocks him down.
Apparently.
This is awesome.
Holy shit. Oh my god.
Was that tabaxi a little fishy?
Take a point. God damn it.
I mean, that was her favorite food.
I thought it was the end of the story.
I don't know, fish, cats. Mm.
True. You guys are gonna get breakfast, and then 6 of you are going to the docks to get your.
I just want to go buy
tattoos.
those. I just want to go buy those gloves, if I can find them around town. That's all I want to go do.
Okay, let me see if I have them underneath. I gotta find where you DM'd me.
It was we were talking about it afterwards.
Oh, oh yeah, those gloves. Okay, yeah. Cool. Cool. After breakfast ends, as you guys are getting ready to leave, a weird, for you all, sort of person walks in, like extremely out of place. They're wearing this armor, like plate armor, or what looks like partial plate armor, with like a charcoal black undershirt and like silver banded like inlay decorations. They're a shorter dwarf. Kind of looking like he is lost.
He just walks into the tavern.
Mm-hmm.
I I think I would just assume that he's there to just go to the tavern. So I'm not gonna
Yeah, fair. Kind of
say
looking
anything.
around. Kind of walk.
I'll just say to the bartender, I think you have a new customer.
He kind of is on his way over to the bar and kind of like asks where the bartender lean is. The bartender walks over, kind of like puts his hand over his mouth and kind of whispers, and he kind of points at you all. And goes, "This is like sixth place I've been to this morning. Here," and hands over this kind of scroll-looking thing with like a stone ring on it. Kind of hands it over.
I'll unwrap it and read what's on the scroll
All right, thanks.
out
Bye.
loud for everybody else.
Kind of walks away. For the informal events of the upcoming visit starting later this morning of Prince Torim Kuhn, the prince has asked for your presence at an informal reception this evening at the Port Authorities building.
Shit, now I gotta find something to wear.
That sounds like a lot of people.
Yeah, me too, Rook. I think I think we might have to find some time for another shopping trip.
What? More shopping? What's informal? What?
The prince has asked to see us. I can't go looking like this.
Yeah, Varza, you might want to get a clean change of clothes. Looks like you kind of rolled around with those goats.
And you let me come to breakfast looking like this. What kind of friends are you?
You could have went to your room first.
I just said I was paying for your breakfast at the buffet. You could have done whatever you wanted after.
Yeah, but you said
before-
food. And I was hungry.
Yeah, usually you are hungry after you had a long night of drinking, so.
Don't feel like I was drinking though.
Does
Classic
Farzu ever give Dietrich the 10 gold that he believes he owes him?
No, that someone brought up food.
No.
Kidding.
So that's a no.
I would say no.
All right, I'll just when I get a second, I'll just whisper to Dunce, "Thanks for trying."
I had to. It was worth it. So do we need to add clothes shopping to our list of stuff to do today?
Well, that's probably a good idea. We want to make a good impression.
I'm just gonna go
Probably
get.
should.
Okay.
Did the invite say anything about arms and armor? I mean, would they let us in with weapons?
Well, given the attempt on our life last night, I would be prepared to argue and insist that we be allowed to keep them. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
we'll see what they say.
As you put it down, on the back of the invitation, it does say that as this is an informal private meeting, formal wear is not required. In like a handwritten
to it and say-
note on the back.
I point to it and say, "See, not required." That's how they get you. It's like when you get a wedding that says like black
Black
tie
tie optional.
optional, and then you show up not wearing black tie, but everybody else is wearing black tie. That's the test.
Mm-hmm.
They're trying to see they're trying to see who's ready for prime time and who's not. And I, for one, would like to be ready for prime time.
I don't like dressing up.
I've never been fancy before. Rook can get one of those like Lady Gaga's dead bird dresses.
Jesus Christ! That would take
She would
some
not do
time,
that.
though. That would take
But
time,
it'd be-
though.
Well, she's small. You don't need to kill a very big bird.
That's true.
Yes, and
A
while she's
bird, a
wearing that,
dress of
Dietrich will
live
wear,
pigeons.
while she's wearing that, Dietrich will wear his best poker face.
Oh God. Maybe for a ball later, you guys can all do Gaga outfits.
Oh my god.
Who's wearing the meat dress? And why is it
Probably
Emrys?
the wolf.
Probably Emrys.
All right, so you guys are gonna go down.
I think I'm wearing more like something made out of the bones of everything that I've killed and eaten.
Also true. Also solid choice. So you guys are going down to the docks for the tattoos. Each individual tattoo will take about 4 hours. So while you guys are gone, while you guys are down there, because where it is, you can go to some of the more formal wear shops and buy stuff.
Yeah, I think if there's a place like nearby the tattoo place where I could just pop in and spend like an hour.
Easily doable.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that while we're like taking shifts, keeping watch or whatever.
Okay. So everybody who is going to update their clothes, Lucius is not. He's going to stay in his armor like always. It is 10 gold for a set of fine clothes.
Okay.
And I forgot how much the freaking tattoo was last week. How much did you pay for the tattoo? Dunce.
Tattoo was $525.
Yeah, it was a lot. I don't.
525 gold.
After
That sounds right.
after the discount.
Yeah, I think that was with the third person discount that we got.
Yeah. Okay.
And I think Dietrich will just pick out like because my skin is like a deep blood orange color. Because of that, I don't really want anything that clashes with it. So I think I'll just select like a really like a very elegant looking black tunic and trousers,
Okay.
which with my mithril armor over it will look pretty dope.
Oh,
It's like 145 gold for what you're looking for, by the way, Dunce. But you're able to find them.
It was 100 what? Sorry.
45 gold.
Okay, I'll pick them up.
Cool. Cool. All right. Let me open Henrietta's sheet and take her gold out for the tattoo. 525
how
gold,
do
right?
yeah? How do I do the add the tattoo?
I already did. I just believe you probably need to refresh.
Ah, thank you.
All right, Megs, if you refresh, you should have your tattoos. Does anybody else want to do anything while they're off of their shift watching during the day while they're getting their tattoos?
Sorry, as I'm about to leave the clothing store, I'll just say to the attendant there, this is lovely. I like this a lot. Do you mind if I wear it out?
The suit?
Yes, I quite like the way it feels.
Did you pay for it already? Or are you trying to
Yeah, I
steal
did.
it? Okay, then yeah.
No, I paid for it.
Deception check?
But I do. No. I'm
Oh,
paying for it. I just
yeah.
want to keep wearing it.
Okay.
And I want to leave behind my common clothes. I don't want them anymore because I'm
Okay.
fancy now.
Okay. Easy enough to do. Yeah, I don't you bought it, you own it, you can do what you want with it. Like that's odd, but okay.
I'm actually with him, and I bought like pair of fine clothes myself that are like green with like brown thread, like kind of foresty. But I'm just holding them and looking at him like, "Are you a dumbass? You're gonna ruin them." I'm not saying that. I'm just thinking it to myself.
Rook will go, I guess, separately so she can take her shift. We don't have too many people in the clothing store at the same time. She's gonna get like a. She's also very vibrantly colored in the opposite direction. She's quite green, so she's just gonna get like a black, like shift dress, maybe with some embroidery on it and like a short coat to wear over it.
Easy
And
enough.
go barefoot. Their little green goblin toes. And she looks so thoroughly out of place dressed up like this. She will not wear them out. She will happily change back into her armor.
Okay. I don't know if I said this, Megs. You just needed to refresh. I did the barrier tattoo and took the
Yep.
gold off. Okay. So, the end of 8 hours of getting these tattoos. You guys still have about an hour until the reception.
Hey Farzu, do you want to go drink some more?
Tempting, but kind of. I think I need to save my gold a little bit. I have no idea what the innkeep's gonna dig me for that table.
I'll buy you 2 shots of what you drank last night.
What? I don't know what I don't. What did I drink last night?
You said it was delicious.
Sure. What did I drink last night?
It was in this bottle. It was black, and you really enjoyed it thoroughly.
Well, maybe it'll let me forget a lot more. Maybe.
You guys are obsessed with the Skull Bungler and Fuzzy Knights, and I am not surprised.
Rook will like take out her pocket knife and start doing her nails.
Oh my
Well, I can't-
Is our fuzzy knight, our party fuzzy knight, still in his room reading those books?
No, he took his shift and went with you guys.
Wait, can I actually talk with my familiar? No.
No, I believe that is a Pact of the Chain feature.
So he can't even tell me exactly what happened last night.
I mean, if you ask him, he'll tell you, but it will sound like to you.
What's that, girl?
Timmy's tapped in the well?
Timmy's down in the well.
He's in the well.
Would you
We
like Rook
all
to
just
translate?
caged ourselves.
Would you like Rook to translate?
Yeah.
All right, I'll cast Speak with Animals.
So the familiar the scroll talks to and be like, well, he did those 2 shots of Skullbugler, and then drank this thing called Poison Night, and then you got really drunk, and they walked you out to the stables, and then you woke up the next morning. You didn't break the table, it was shattered, and I think you won the poker game. I don't remember. Yeah, as I come out of it, well, I think you won the poker game too. I don't remember that 100%.
I will pass along the names of the drinks for future reference.
Is that
But,
it?
uh,
That's all you're gonna tell me? Is the
Yeah.
drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That sounds like a great
Well,
drink.
yeah, I went full Kermit the Frog there at the end. I'm sorry about that.
Kermit the Squirrel.
Kermit the Squirrel. Gotta speak with animals on a
yeah.
frog one time and see what happens.
I mean, Kermit was a snail on Mass Singer, so you're not far off.
Someday we'll find it. The rainbow.
And originally
we
he was
have-
not a frog.
That's true.
When we have a minute, I'll ask Rook. Do you still have that ring
The one we got from the prince.
with the symbol? Yeah, with the symbol on it.
Yeah, why?
Do you think maybe we should show that to the prince? Let him know these are the people who were kidnapping your citizens. These are the people who attacked us, and
Maybe we'll see how
people
many guards he's
wearing
got.
this symbol are enemies.
Yeah.
The authority figures in this kingdom really seem to need to be helped along, don't they? Can't figure out
Yeah.
anything for themselves.
And I imagine the only reason you'd want to talk to us in the first place is because we were the ones who brought back the kidnapped folks. So, I mean, I guess it'd just be part of, telling the tale.
Yeah, for royalty at least, it might be helpful to have a visual aid.
Do you want to take the ring or should I hold on to it?
You hold on to it.
Okay. Definitely not going to wear it, though. Oh, yeah, Rook is wearing a key that she got from somewhere from shopping day. She's wearing like a key on like a leather strip around her neck. It's a very shiny key.
Where did you get that?
Shopping. I got it because it was shiny. I don't know what it opens, but isn't it nice? This looks fancy, right? Fancy enough for meeting a king.
Sure. But yes, now I'm wondering what it opens to. Some place was just selling keys, or did you take it?
It had like a bunch of junk. And I mean, it's like cool junk.
Interesting.
just one of them junk shops, you know. You always find interesting stuff in there. It's always worth looking, even if you don't know what you're looking for.
Now I cast Identify on the key. Figure out. Or that probably wouldn't do much. Just say it's a key.
Above game, it would tell you that it opens a door that you have no idea about.
I thought you were gonna do the identify spell the way Brennan Lee Mulligan does it. It's like, ah, yes, this item. Blah, 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 blah. This has been another use of the identify spell.
That's amazing.
Also, goddamn it, Matt Mercer and Brennan Lee Mulligan. Son of a bitch. Anyway, we'll talk about that after stream. So that you guys still have about 15 minutes before you guys need to get there to the Port Authority.
How long does it take to get there from where we are?
I'm saying you guys are walking up from the where you guys got the tattoos currently. You guys want to duck in or do anything last minute?
Oh, I guess Rook's got to change.
To the phone booth.
She comes out of the phone booth changed, looking fancy, and like the tag is sticking out of the back of her dress.
Returning after, I see.
No, just didn't notice.
Also, like, above game, I'm just picturing Emerus have bought a single bow tie for his wolf. Like a collar.
Absolutely, I did.
Oh my god, it's so cute.
Or one of those ones that's like studded with rhinestones. No, that's for the Lady Gaga event.
Yes, exactly.
The Gaga Gala.
No, we've already established that rhinestones are the provenance of dunce.
Yes, he's a rhinestone cowboy.
Right.
God
Well, this
damn
would be
it,
the place.
that's in my head again.
Well, this would be the place to buy them, I guess, right? Rhinestones from Rhineport.
Yeah.
That's what they named the city after, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like a Rhineport cowboy.
Listen, it's a good joke, but you're not getting a point for it.
No, that's fine.
All right. After you guys all change in various and sundry alleys, if you guys weren't wearing your fancy clothes all day since you bought them, you will arrive at the Port Authority. As I completely lose tab of all of my notes and accidentally open the wrong page.
What time of day is it? Is it still daytime or has the sun set?
The sun is setting actively.
Okay.
You guys will be met once again by Iran, the head of the Port Authority, with her short amber hair, blue eyes. Glad you all could make it. Follow me. Please. And she's like pacing outside the building, like waiting for you guys when you get there, by the way.
Are there any people around who look like they might be royal guards or something, or any other folks not into the port? Does the Port Authority, do they have like uniforms, I guess? Are there any people
the Port Authority does have uniforms. They have the lighter blue Port Authority uniforms.
Okay.
You do see the charcoal black with the silver in like Dwarven rune inlay, like the very squared thing on some shoulder pads and like epaulets and stuff. You can tell that those are probably royal guards. There's a few outside the building, but it doesn't look like a tremendous amount of them outside. You do notice there is a semi-good crowd in the square for being this late at night. maybe
Mhm.
trying to get a glimpse of the prince if he comes outside.
Mm-hmm. It's like they tried to keep it low key but failed.
Precisely.
Okay.
And as we see these royal guards, I'm remembering what my patron told me, that going to the dwarven capital might be a bad idea, or would be a bad idea. Um, so I'll see if I can just kind of nudge Frank a little bit, and if once I get his attention, just point to my head and point to his head.
Yeah, what you want?
Can you make sure everyone knows not to mention the stone to the prince?
Wouldn't that be easier for you to do?
Well, I mean, we're surrounded by his guards right now. If you could just tell everybody at the head.
Yeah. He'll go through everybody's head one by one. Don't mention the damn stone to the prince, K. Thanks.
Thanks, buddy.
As you all do this, she will lead you to the right. You guys went to the left before. When you went to her office, lead you to the right, through a stone door, and down a flight of stairs, and then another flight of stairs down a tunnel. You are clearly underneath the building now. It's quite an honor you guys have been invited to the private residence that the royal family uses when they stay in town.
To what do we owe this honor?
I believe you are aware that you did save his subjects, and he had a few questions about the endeavor, I believe, and wanted to meet you all in person, but didn't want to make a big deal out of it. Well, to the people above who don't know what's happening, a big deal of it.
Insight check.
Go for it.
$17.
Okay. She's not lying. You get that is what she's been told and what the official line is. Like, she's reciting what somebody else told her with the way it, in the manner, the static word of inflect. There's the word inflection that she's using.
Well, we'll certainly listen to his questions and answer what we can.
Yes. As you guys go through the next set of doors, it's a lot brighter in here, and there's crates and barrels and things on the floor that are like supplies that they've brought in, and you can tell that underneath underneath the building there is like a whole like manor house underneath the city here, to be in. There's Kingsguard kind of eyeing you guys now. They all have the same kind of charcoal hoods, partially up, kind of leaning on their war hammers that they have, because they're standing at attention for so long. And leads you through a set of double doors, stone doors.
Are they like are they like the Buckingham Palace guards that like don't move if you like try to distract them? And
No.
follow up, can I test it?
They're moving their eyes at you, but other than that, they haven't moved in response to you guys. So maybe.
All right, I test it out.
How do you test it out?
Well, I start by just like waving in front of their faces at first, and then if that doesn't work, I will like I will minor illusion a dildo in my hand and see if that gets a reaction.
Just kind of turn their head and go like, really?
And I'll just dismiss it.
We're not those type of guards. We deal with some bullshit, but
In my experience, guards and bullshit go together well, like two things that go together.
All right. After this exchange, Ron kind of pulls you to the rest of the group, and you guys go through a set of double doors into what looks like a dwarvish tavern. Kind of like a private tavern for the royal family whenever they're in town. There's a barman behind the bar, several kegs of beer, but stone kegs, so probably brought from the capital to here. Possibly with them, possibly not.
See, this is why I'd never want to be royalty. Imagine not being able to go out in public to get drunk.
Yeah, probably
You
all
need
the
to
way
bring the
from
bar
Kunbadur.
to you.
From Kunbadur all the way here.
I don't think Farzu would like that either.
I will say, based off passive perception, immediately Dietrich, Emerus, and Rook, you would notice there are 6 Kingsguard in this room on top of the prince. The rest of you would take a minute because a couple of them are in the corners. But the prince is sitting at a table with some sheets of paper. There are 2 seats at his table, and then 4 seats at another table near his.
Your Royal Highness, I presume.
Yes. Yes, hello. Welcome.
To what do we owe the honor?
I just had a few questions, if you don't mind. About these circumstances of my subject's arrival back in town. And that's where we're going to pick up after break. We'll see you guys back here in only 4 minutes. 4 minutes at 10:30. We'll be back. See you guys then. that is how he starts off the conversation. All right. You all can have a seat wherever you're comfortable.
I just lean back against the bar without breaking eye contact.
Okay. And he'll kind of turn his chair around. I'll say Lucius will sit at the end of the bar.
Henrietta will stand in the corner.
Okay.
I'm gonna stand near the door with my wolf on the opposite side of it.
Okay. You're kind of. Do you want to be on the side closest to the two Kingsguard, or your wolf be on that side of the door?
Me.
Okay. What are Dunce, Rook, and Farzu doing?
I'm gonna look very uncomfortable around these people.
Okay. Where are you sitting? The table or the bar?
Probably the bar.
Okay.
Wherever is not the most where they aren't.
The bar.
Works for me.
Rook will also take a seat at the bar.
Right.
So he says, "Come in and have a seat," and only Lucius sits down at his table, and the rest of us just kind of post up at the bar.
No, Lucius sat down at the end of the bar, as far away from it as possible.
Okay.
I was just gonna go lean on a wall.
Okay. Not too hard to do. So. It was the Dwergar back again, eh?
Was that an actual question or was that rhetorical?
Ah, that was obviously rhetorical.
Okay.
But it is interesting to say the least. Considering you thought we buried those bastards under the mountain 200 years ago.
Well, you should certainly know, Your Highness, that dwarves do quite well when they're buried underground.
That's very true. What I want to know, and I hope you'll be honest with me, what in the hell were they doing under that mountain?
Some weird experiments on captives.
With Mithril.
Indeed.
Alright.
Beyond that, we don't exactly know what they were trying to accomplish. We saw some of it, we stopped them, trashed the place as best we could, killed their prince, rescued the prisoners, and came back here.
What kind of experiments and what exactly did you see? It's kind of important.
They were injecting prisoners with mithril.
Alright.
Some of them seemed fine, some of them merely got sick, but after a high enough dose, it seems to have pretty much driven people insane. I have no idea why, but there you have it. I'm sure you have smarter people than us at your disposal.
I have smarter people, but I don't have smarter people that saw what was going on down there. You sure you didn't leave anything out? Take a sip of this beer.
Well, let's see. We covered the experiments, we covered the insane people, and the Dwergar, the Mithril. No, I think that's about it. Oh, there was the ring. Rook, did you want to show him the ring?
We found on the prince. He was wearing a ring with this emblem. Your Venerable Highness, I don't know if this symbol would mean anything to you. It doesn't mean too much to us. And she'll take the ring out and show it to him.
Christ. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Unfortunately.
Friends of yours?
No. But that gets into a long bit of dwarvish history that I really don't want to get into with you all. What exactly were they doing underneath that mountain with those people?
As I've already explained, they were injecting them with mithril, and some of them went crazy.
They didn't have anything built out of pure mithril down there?
Well, yeah,
Like what?
there were. It wasn't. I can't really. I don't really have the words to explain what. Somebody else can jump in if they.
Anybody else want to explain?
I just look at Lucius because he knows the most about that throne thing.
Do you want him to tell him about the do you want Lucius to tell the prince about the construct? The machine.
Do we?
You knew
I
the
don't-
most. You knew
I
the
think
most
if
about it.
I think if he can tell him about it without mentioning the stone,
Okay.
I don't see the harm in that.
Cell Relayed was a pure mithril machine. Somebody who was supposed to be long dead, a dwarf came out with 4 extra arms. And eldritch horrors kind of came out. Interesting. This device wasn't powered by anything, was it? Besides the mithril and the blood?
A spinning thing, but we broke that and threw it in the lava.
Was there something inside the spinning thing?
Didn't really look, just threw it in the lava.
We dismantled the device as best we could and got rid of some parts that seemed essential in the lava and just tried to make sure it couldn't be used again.
All right.
We had a bunch
if you
of-
want me to, at this point, if you want me to roll deception, I'll roll deception.
Roll deception.
I was gonna jump. Hold on, I was gonna jump in and say we were more focused on his subjects that we were bringing back rather than capturing the whole moment of what was going on. I mean, we had, what was it, 40 some odd people that were depending on us to save their lives. Shouldn't that matter more than a bunch of crap in the room?
Roll persuasion. Dunce. Dietrich, roll deception.
Am I close enough to Dunce to give him guidance?
No.
Am I close enough to either of them?
I will say
I've
you're
got a
close enough
nat-
to look like you're whispering in Dunce's ear to give him guidance.
I
I've
will
got
do that.
I've got a 27 deception.
Okay, thank you.
All right, what is guidance, a D4?
Well, yeah.
You said persuasion?
Yep.
All right, I got a 16.
Cool. You know, you do honestly make a good point about the subjects, and we do appreciate you for that. However, if what he says about something long dead, and a machine, and it was powered without the stone, we've got a bigger problem on our hands than I thought.
What stone? What is the stone you're talking about?
Rook is like keeping an eye on the guards who are posted in the room to see if they're like reaching for weapons or fidgeting or anything.
They're not reaching for the weapons, they're staying perfectly still at this exact moment. Oh boy, here we go. So if I tell you I know what it is, and I know how you have it, are we going to start talking about it? He'll look over at Henrietta.
She'll look back at him. But do you really know how we have
That I
and
have
why
no...
we
That I have no fucking clue, to be honest with you. Well, I don't know how you have it. I know possibly why you have it.
Well, then you know more than me.
Good. That's how I like it, to be honest.
So now he knows we have it. I thought we weren't going to tell him.
I think you already knew we had it.
Yeah, I'm going to actually cast message to Henrietta. Just so no one else hears that.
So, what is it?
It's a Dwarven Guide Stone. And not just anyone, if we're being honest. They have special protective spells on them so that we can track them if anybody ever tries to steal one. That one went out of the range of the spell about 2.5 weeks ago. Maybe even more than that. The people that kept track of it didn't really keep good track of it because it was supposed to be in our vaults. And then all of a sudden, it just blinks when they try and cast the spell to find out where it was, and it was in Rhineport. And then it was gone again. And now it's back in Rhineport. Because that is not just any normal Dwarven Guidestone. And the fact that they wanted to use it, because I know how they work, means shit's fucked.
When he swears like that, Rook just breaks down giggling.
Start at the beginning. What exactly is a Dwarven Guidestone?
So you know how, maybe you don't know this, to be honest. The elves and the
I
human...
probably don't, I'll be honest with you.
Fair. Dwarves and the mages, or not the dwarves, but the elvish mages and the human wizards and those types of people, they have their teleportation circles. We dwarves prefer not to... We're not natural born casters, really. Sometimes we're empowered by our god, but other than that... So, we created Guidestones. They allow us to go from one place to another, staying underground the entire time, just as the dwarves want to be.
So the stone is like a dwarven teleportation circle.
Kind of.
Well, here's the thing, Your Majesty. I've never heard of anybody getting murdered over a teleportation circle. So, teleporting who to where? Why is
Oh,
this thing so important?
that's not a normal guide stone.
Do tell.
We developed this technology before the devastation, when my great-great-great-grandfather ruled our kingdom, just to tell you how long ago it was. The elves knew we had the technology. And so we used it to stop the devastation from getting worse than it needed to be. And that's how I'm going to phrase it for now, because I don't fully trust you yet.
Oh, the feeling's very mutual, I assure you.
Ah, good. I was worried it wasn't.
So this guide stone can stop another devastation or stop it from being worse?
Those guide stones, of which the dwarves have several of them, the elves have several more of them, if they were all to be put in machines like that, could theoretically restart it. Release
that
the
sounds terrible.
energy they trapped. Exactly.
It sounds absolutely devastating. You're welcome for taking it out of that contraption then.
Yeah.
That seems like something that should merit more than just a piddling 500 gold reward, don't you?
Oh no, I'm aware. So how much is it going to cost for me to take it off your hands?
Unfortunately, Your Highness, I have been given a mission with this stone from the goddess of the moon herself. So it is not for sale.
You're lucky I'm not just taking it, considering it was stolen from my vaults. Well, my father's vaults for keeping that close track of it.
Well, you
Think
weren't
of it
keeping
as a...
that close to track of it because obviously I didn't get it from your vault.
No, you got it from some frackin' reckless mage that casted teleport and somehow it ended up on the other side of the world.
Are the guards doing anything now?
They're kind of leaning forward a little bit more on their warhammers. Like they understand how tense the situation is now. Like they were zoned out, they're kind of zoned in now, to put it that way. Dietrich with a 15 or 20 perception would also kind of see this. Especially because you can see all 6 of them from where you are at the end of the bar.
Look, Your Highness, I empathize with your predicament. I truly, truly do, but our hands are tied. I'm not the sort of person to fuck with a moon goddess.
Also, finders keepers.
That's funny. You're funny. I am serious. What would an appropriate reward be? You all can name your price.
Well, as our large-eared friend just told you, it's not for sale. And again, I personally love money. I love it. I would love nothing more than to sell this thing to you and take the money and run and build a nice boat and just sail the seas and retire. Unfortunately, we're talking about a motherfucking moon goddess, and that is a that is an entity that we don't want to upset.
He'll pick up the quill and write down. All right, so the orange tiefling is getting a boat. What are the rest of you's demands?
I want to be king of this area.
He's moving up from mayor.
Look,
I've got
I'm
political
He's already the
aspirations.
mayor.
yeah, he's already the mayor. Like, let's be real. Look, I can't supersede my own authority here or my father's authority here, but would the head of the city council of Rhineport be high enough aspiration for you?
No, not at all. King or nothing.
I tried.
Look,
500,000 platinum each.
Well, if you're worried about it getting in the hands of them cultists again, what's looking for it, we definitely don't want them to end up with it either. So we can
yes,
help you
we're
protect it if that's what
certainly
you're afraid of.
we're certainly willing to cooperate. It's and while we appreciate all the bribes and ooh, I'm sorry, I don't think I was supposed to say that word. We appreciate all the gifts you're trying to give us,
I mean, whatever you want to call them. Whatever helps you sleep
but
at
I
night.
don't I don't think there's an amount of money or a tangible reward that you can offer us that makes it worth our while to fuck with the moon goddess. Like what? How much would it take for you to fuck with the moon goddess?
That's a good. No, it's a good point. You do make a good point.
Well, thank you very much. I try.
How about you make us the protectors of the stone?
Allow us to go about our business. Figure out what this moon goddess wants with the stone. And once she's done with it, once she's completed whatever purpose she has for it, we're happy to give it back. I mean, if we still have it at that point, of course, but
That's the part I don't like. If you still have it.
I don't know. We don't know why the moon goddess wants it. Let us at least figure that out.
Rook, make a perception check, please. Since I think you're the only one with the Oh no, Dietrich does have a yeah. Dietrich, roll as well, please.
That's a 21 for Rook.
Okay. Same as your passive.
18.
Okay.
So passive 20.
Give me one more second because I'm trying to figure out. Okay. Cool. See, that's my problem. If you still have it, that's my hang-up.
At least let us find out what the moon goddess wants with it.
That's a good point. Huh.
I'm sure she didn't come to me in a dream and offer me a pact to come get this stone if it wasn't for good reason.
Or do you know what the moon goddess might want with it?
I mean, if we're going to start trusting each other, I'll tell you why I think the moon goddess wants it. But what you hear in this room doesn't leave this room. So that's understood.
Yes,
I don't really want to stay in this room
like
that
that.
I'm not saying you have to stay in the room after you hear it. I'm just saying that the new information stays in the room. Fucking humans and their short histories. They live short lives, forget things easily.
Well,
Elves and dwarves
not
are
all
a bit-
humans.
True.
Some humans, I hear, live very long lives.
Sometimes more than once.
Just really, really ridiculously long lives.
But as long as elves and dwarves can, we remember things for a long time too.
Or gnomes.
It's true.
We live for a long time as well.
We remember things forever.
It's true. And it's why the dwarves and the elves made a pact to pretend to keep hating each other after the devastation and what happened.
Tend to hate each other?
We weren't
Yes.
supposed to talk about that.
I know. But in order to get you guys to trust me, I think I have to kind of break that confidentiality.
I think I trust you, Your Majesty. I'm just waiting for an answer of
The humans, in their stupidity, tapped into magics that they really weren't supposed to be experimenting with.
sounds like humans. Go on.
Odoron and the devastation wasn't the result of a magical accident. Everything in the books, the dwarves and the elvish leaders made a pact to lie about for forever. They unleashed some kind of fucking monster in that city that blew its fucking brains out of everybody there and made them monsters too. And so we sealed away an entire fucking continent. Just poofed it. That's what that fucking does. That's why those things came through. Somehow the Dwergar, supposed to be dead, probably hearing voices under the mountains. And that's why they're fucking doing it.
So this stone could not only stop another devastation, it could start one too?
Theoretically, it could summon the fucking horrors back, yeah.
Was the really big monster named after like a thing you sit on?
I don't remember its name. I don't even remember my father or grandfather telling me its name, to be honest with you. So, that's why that stone's pretty fucking important. It's probably why the goddess, if she knew you was around it.
Yeah, it sounds pretty fucking important. Seems to me like we should find out what the moon goddess wants with it.
And I keep saying I agree. To a point.
What if she wants to destroy it?
Those were made with a combination of dwarven craftsmanship and elvish magic. I don't think there's a way to destroy it. That's why we locked them up
Dwarven
between...
craft.
She's a deity.
That's why we locked them away between the elves and the dwarves. Because if all of them were put together again...
How many
Yeah.
are there in total? Could you tell us that?
He kind of looks over at Emerus. Looks over at all of you. Several.
Is it 9?
Being lost. No, it's not 9. Okay, no, it's not 9. But it's several.
Look, these are details that I wasn't even told, so I just know of the pact.
Yeah. You're from that circle in the middle of the woods, aren't you?
Yes, and there's only one that knows of all of this, I think. He doesn't give the information freely.
No, he does not. So, since you guys
And
are
all are the
s-
other ones accounted for?
currently and presently, yes, because we know where this one is now. So, I am willing to give you guys time to figure it out.
Unfortunately, it's kind of a one-way street. I've been waiting for her to tell me what the hell to do with this thing for days now. Weeks.
I'm sure she will. Just know that we can scry on it, because it does have that ability.
Maybe I'll get more clarity tonight now that I know what it is. So that's kind of what she told me to do.
And can we expect more of a reward now that it seems to us that we've done something incredibly important?
When that stone is in my hands, absolutely. Or when you bring proof that you figured out a way to destroy them, absolutely. Do we want to settle on a price now?
No, I like being surprised.
Perfect. Because I hate surprises.
But you do want it destroyed.
They're supposedly
okay outcome.
They're supposedly indestructible, so if some goddess believes she figured out how to fucking destroy them, then yes, I'm absolutely interested.
But the king's thing is off the table.
I can put you on the city council in Rhineport, but I can't annex my own fucking country.
Can't or what?
A little bit of both, to be honest with you.
Well, just like I can't and won't give you the stone.
Understandable. So that ring, who exactly did you find it on?
The Prince of the Dwergar. Do we remember his name? Did we get his name?
Started with a
Monologue.
T.
There was
He's-
a letter that you found on his pockets that had that information.
It's like it started with a T. Started with a T.
Prince Thydrus Hellbringer. Thydrus, Thydrus, Hellbringer. I take notes. I deserve a point of inspiration
you
for
do take-
taking notes.
Yeah, take a point.
Yeah.
I
It
was
said it
just
started
looking
with
it
a
up.
T.
Close enough, apparently. They've took the name fucking Hellbringer. They're trying to bring that godforsaken place back, and they're calling themselves Hellbringers. Son of a bitch. A little uncreative, if you ask me.
What's the significance of that name? I mean, it sounds awesome. Personally, like that's a great fucking name.
The Hellbringers, and I guess the Dwergar are worshipping the same asshole now, worship a darkness. Few dwarves do too. They're mostly shunned from society. You'll find them here and there.
found them there.
They found us.
Interesting. Worship something dark. Call themselves Hellbringers. And apparently the Dwergar have taken the name.
I mean, I don't totally blame them. It's a badass name.
I mean, objectively, if they weren't trying to,
Well, yeah, of course, but
summon a
still.
gigantic, eldritch horror city, it would be objectively awesome. Maybe, possibly. Huh. So. I imagine that, one of my mages or something is going to stay in contact with y'all. Do a periodical check-in.
How can we recognize that it's your mage and not someone's trying to trick us?
Oh, it'll be in her
Yes,
mind.
that has happened a couple of times in the last 24 hours.
Oh, it'll be in her.
48.
It'll be in her mind because she's the one with the stone.
Another voice in my head. Perfect.
I don't have to, theoretically. Did you say that out loud?
Yeah, I said that out loud.
Kind of turn, looking at Dietrich and Rourke, kind of turn and look at you. Another? What?
Well, yeah, this asshole talks to me all the time, pointing to Frank. And, her.
Not to mention this asshole over here, and I point to Emrys.
Oh yeah, that one too sometimes. Not as much as
Look, only important things. I'm not being an asshole with it.
No, that's his job.
And these other people I'm entrusting with protecting the stone. Okay. Not my best decision, clearly.
Not really your decision.
Hey, now we haven't fucked up yet.
That's true, you still have it. Well,
The key word is yet.
don't say that in front of me, please. Thanks.
Okay, I'll go around behind him and say the key word is yet.
You're a funny man. Should be a court jester. Make a killing off of rich dwarves.
I have use for those talents.
I'm just gonna use telepathy to speak straight into the king's mind,
Prince, but
so that no one else can hear this.
mm-hmm.
Look, I won't let anyone else damage the stone unless we find a way to destroy it. Don't worry. My people have as much riding on this as yours.
It's very true. Alright. I did promise a reception for you all, and he'll kind of tap on the table, and the barman will kind of pull out, like, mugs and actually start pouring beer and stuff. It's at this point you would hear the double doors unlock to the room. And an assortment of dwarven roast meats and root vegetables will come in and be placed on the bar table.
One other thing, Your Majesty, if you don't mind.
I might, but ask.
What can you do to ensure our safety while we pursue this? We've already been attacked and accosted a couple of times by different factions within the city who want the stone for themselves.
That is true. I'll have a
And if
couple
you're
of.
leaving it up to us to protect ourselves, might we be given some help, some something to help protect ourselves? It does seem like a worthwhile investment on your part. You don't want anything happening to us.
That is. Yeah, that's a good point. While you're in town here, I'll have a couple Plainsco's Kingsguard follow you around if that's not too intrusive.
If they can keep up.
I do have an idea, but it's gonna take me a minute. If you don't mind.
And I'm not sure how much longer we're spending in this city anyway. I was hoping for something more permanent to ensure our safety. Above game, I'm asking him for money so we can gear up.
Yeah. Oh, I know. I know exactly what
No,
you're doing.
I know you know. I just want to make sure everyone's on the same page.
I kind
Yeah.
of guessed that myself.
I have an idea of how to help you guys out if you do think you need additional protection.
We're all ears.
All right, it's gonna take me a minute.
Some of us literally. I'm going to
I'm gonna say
Henrietta.
no. I'm all ears.
Look, I
just
wasn't
sitting
gonna. I
at the-
wasn't gonna be the one to say it. So, what, Rice?
I'm just at this point sitting at the table, like taking a whole tray of meat and putting it on the floor for my wolf to eat.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'll grab like a rib of something and just kind of nosh on it while he's thinking of an answer.
It's very delicious food, by the way. I will also say that.
I'm gonna grab one of the beers.
Oh yeah.
Like a beer in one hand and like a giant ass like Ren Fair turkey leg in the other hand.
That's what I'm imagining in my
Yeah.
head.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
that's my aesthetic right now.
I'm taking a
gonna look
bite
over
and
at-
eating the my pet squirrel, my familiar. Each
So my
taking a
wolf
bite.
is just over there nomming, and I'm gonna look over. I could at least use some more diamonds. You know what I need them for, at least.
It's true. All right. Jesus Christ, Max.
What?
Nothing.
That was outstanding.
It was. He leaves the room.
In a Quidditch field?
Yes. We'll leave the room. Oop. Come back and set a bag down between where Rook and Dietrich are at the bar. Both you make a perception check, please.
Natural 20 for a 25.
Cool.
I rolled a 20 and a 1. Thanks, advantage.
Diametric opposites. Isn't it great?
Perfectly
I'll go with my-
balanced. As all
I'll
things
go with
should
my
be.
passive 21.
Okay.
Sorry.
Dietrich. As he sets the bag down, you notice, because you're looking down at him because you're sitting at the bar, even though it is dwarf size, you're still looking down at him. He has one of the rings on a necklace underneath his armor. and it just happens to be kind of turned so you can see the design of it as he sets the bag down at the table.
I clock it, but don't react at all.
Usually enough to do. So, those are Ascending Stone to the mage who guards over the vaults in my kingdom, who will be the one keeping an eye on you. So if you ever need help and want a fairly skilled spellcaster at your disposal, I imagine, you can send him a message. Kind of sit down and start eating again.
Well, we appreciate it. But unfortunately, that's probably about all the time we have for tonight. We do have a very busy schedule in the morning, and I kind of give the others like eyebrows, like kind of trying to say we need to get the fuck out of here without
Saying we need to
anything.
get the fuck out of here.
So,
I'm just gonna speak into Dietrich's mind. What the hell is
I was
happening?
gonna say with a passive of 16, you and Rook are probably the only two who notice it.
so I tell Emrys about he was wearing that symbol around his neck. I saw it. He had like the same symbol as the ring. We need to get the fuck out of here and not have any dealings with this guy again.
I'm gonna pass that information to everyone else in the room.
Even the bartender?
No, just you guys. Shh.
I actually think that's the first time you've passed information to me. It might actually freak me out.
I'm gonna do it on
Oh,
purpose.
he's done it. He's done it when
Whisper
you
into
haven't.
Dun-
He's done it when you haven't been here.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna whisper it into Dunce's ear. Dunce. We gotta fucking go. He's
Well,
got a
it
ring
doesn't
around
work
his
if I've
neck.
already heard it. I wasn't here those weeks, so I didn't think you had ever done it yet. So I was like, man, that'd be a weird time to find out that you could do that.
Oh, I've announced
We
it.
literally just had a whole conversation about how he does it.
Mhm.
I didn't know if it meant anything to me or not.
Rook like drops the turkey leg on the table and clumsily sets the beer down and like doubles over clutching her stomach and then falls out of her chair onto the floor going, oh god, my stomach.
Make a deception check.
I will go over and like help Rook up and be like, "Oh, it's okay. Like it's
With
this
advantage
kind of food isn't for
because
this kind of food isn't for everybody." And
because Dietrich is helping you.
yeah,
14.
Okay. You notice one of the guards by the prince kind of like gives him an odd look, but everybody else seems kind of concerned. They're like, I don't know.
Oh god, this isn't mutton, is it? Oh shit, I should have asked first. I have an allergy.
It's turkey, but not everybody likes dwarven seasoning. It doesn't sit right with everybody, so I understand.
Can I get some fresh air? Guys, can you help me?
If you guys have all that time, I do appreciate having this conversation and you all being so open with me. Thank you.
oh, we appreciate it as well. We need to get her some air.
All right. Are you guys leaving the Sending Stone too?
Yep, we're leaving it.
Just because
I think we'll take it so that he doesn't know we suspect anything, and then we'll try to ditch it
Okay.
afterward.
Okay.
Unless somebody else
just-
has another idea.
No,
Rook
that's a good
continues
idea.
to cough and wheeze dramatically.
Okay. A couple of the guards will escort you guys up out of the several stone doors that are between the royal residence here and the surface. You guys are back outside in the Port Authority. What would you all like to do?
I'm just gonna look right at Frank, speaking to his mind. Shit, he knows where I'm fucking from. He knows where my family is. The fuck.
And we'll take the. Are we near the water? Here, are we like near the edge of the water?
I believe. Let me double check how close you guys are to the water at the port. Yeah, you guys are like a block from the river.
Yeah, I take the bag with the sending stones and run over to the river and just chuck
Sending
them in.
stone. The other one is with the mage. Okay.
Oh yeah, I take the. Just throw it in the water, ditch it. We don't
Okay.
want them contacting us.
All right.
Brooke like staggers dramatically to like dry heave into the river and sort of like looks around at the others like we could. Can I stop this?
And there's a couple
I think
Kingsguard in the courtyard, but yeah, if you guys are all going to the river walk, yeah.
Frank goes in your head, Rook. We Gucci.
She immediately stops and is like, oh god, my throat hurts. That was not fun, but yeah, we what's up, Dietrich?
I think we need to get the fuck out of this city as fast as we can.
I think we're gonna have to kill him eventually too.
Eventually. We certainly weren't doing it then. Too many guards. Too many people around him.
Do you know how much I paid for this dress? I don't want to get blood on it.
He didn't lie about the pack though. I just didn't know that much about it.
I think, as much as I hate saying this, because I fucking hate it there, I think we should take the stone to the elves in Ceres. They might know. They might have a better idea of what it is, what to do with it. They might have higher purposes in mind. Plus, they have that big ass library where we could probably learn something, or Lucius could find out about his past or whatnot.
Library?
Library.
We do
That
have
was
a
an
very
excellent.
big
That was an
library.
excellent Lucius impression.
Thank you. Also, I guess, is there a temple to Saloon in Ryanport?
There is not.
Okay.
I need Henrietta to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please.
Dietrich, the other thing, we can stop and where I'm from, and my people can tell us where to go in Ceres.
That's a 5.
Henrietta's eyes roll back and she falls flat on her face, taking 4 points of bludgeoning damage.
Oh, that's a good maneuver. I'm gonna have to remember that for the next time I got a fake sick.
She knows a few maneuvers.
However,
Wait, Henrietta?
while you are passed out, you see in these, you basically, when your eyes roll back, you see a star field. And you, having lived out in the wilderness, you know the direction of all of the constellations at this point. So you see one of the constellations lights up bright
Interesting.
in the northeast. And then out of the stars, a library forms.
And I know which constellation this is.
You do. You know it's one, the one, if you follow it from where you're standing right now, it would take you northeast at a certain angle.
I myself wouldn't know the geography to know exactly where that is. It's pointing
Correct.
to.
Correct.
Well, at least you know that someone has a keen mind.
As long as they've seen a fucking map.
Pretty sure I've seen a map.
And
And
then
aren't drinking that stuff they had last night.
it's true.
Doesn't remember that shit.
Those were different stars you were seeing, Farzu.
You also hear the kind of whispery, windy voice you've heard of Saloon before that just says answers in your head and kind of echoes like answers, kind of like getting further away. And you roll over, and as you guys have her rolled over, her eyes just kind of open up. In the star field, you still see it in her eyes for a second before it clears.
Wait, we see it in her eyes?
Uh-huh. The person standing over her.
I definitely run over because I'm good with medicine.
I'm the only healer, so I'm definitely there.
Yeah. So you see basically her eyes like blacked over and there's like stars in them. You don't necessarily see a constellation to clarify. But now you're conscious, Henrietta. What would you like to do?
Emrys hears Frank in his head. She had another vision. Fucking finally.
I'm gonna talk back to Frank. Does that mean we fucking know where we need to go then? Starting to swear now because speaking with Frank in my mind has gotten me to start realizing that he likes the word fuck.
The corruption of Emrys.
And I'll sit up. Blink a few times. Okay. Okay, no, this is good. Farzu?
Yes.
What cities are northeast of us?
Northeast. Northeast. Northeast.
The closest capital city would be Alarion, which is Elvish.
Alarion. There's an elvish city close up that direction.
Would I know or have heard any grumblings of anyone that is to be trusted up there?
A couple of their minor towns hold some of the other druid circles. So you wouldn't necessarily be alone, but you wouldn't know anybody by name.
Okay, so no names mentioned. Okay.
Yeah. But you would know like
Where-
Eagle Crest and Elite Wood are some of the other homes to some of the other druid circles, so.
Where was that library you guys were speaking of again?
I knew of a library in Ceres, which is a ways south of here, but if
Oh.
there's another elven library closer by, that
She
It is
said
a-
northeast.
let's go
Northeast?
there then.
That's an elvish
certainly-
capital.
I'm certainly not pushing for my plan over the moon goddess's plan.
There are a few other druids up there. I don't know them, but a few other circles.
Roughly how long would it take us to go there?
It'd be a day and a half by boat to Ross, and then another 3/4 of a day travel on foot to Alarion.
What if we did the whole thing on foot? How long would it take then?
Well, we have the cart with the goats, right?
So it'd be a day and a half to Galen. And then it'd be another half day to Alefast, plus then get there morning of the 5th day by foot.
How far away is this place relative to how far away we were when we were kidnapped? Because the stone went off their radar, so there's a limit to how far their scrying spell works on it.
It is from Kunbador, which is where you would imagine the mages are tracking it from, or the sorcerers or whatever is tracking it from.
Mm-hmm.
That is about as far as Dwergem is from Kunbador.
Okay. So we might be able to get off their radar too.
I was so above game. Henrietta is currently carrying this thing in her backpack. And we know they can track it. So above game, if we put it in Lucius's bag of holding, they might not be able to track it because it's technically another plane inside a bag of holding.
Hmm.
So in game, would any of us know that and realize that it might be a good idea to put the stone
He would,
in
'cause
the
he
bag of
identified it.
holding?
I'll let you guys discuss it.
Yeah, I mean, I was literally going to mention that when we got to a point is shouldn't we put it in there because of the whole different.
I forgot
plans?
Lucius had a bag of holding. I'm in my head
Well-
going, if we could afford a bag of holding, I could stick it in there just fine.
Yeah, we got
Above
one.
game, if we take the boat, I think it gets us out of their range a lot faster too, and they wouldn't be able to track it, even if we didn't put it in a bag of holding.
But can we afford the boat?
Yeah.
Well, also,
Well, no,
well,
we can
also
definitely
the-
afford it. It's a question of, I think, when you're on a boat, it's like a confined space and there
Right.
are other people there because like people would need to be sailing the boat and like
But
it's just a matter of like how much do we want prying eyes, how much do we want, you know, to essentially be captives on this boat with other people
they
versus
wouldn't
like
know
on the
where
road we can go wherever we want.
they wouldn't know where our port is, but if we drive off in a direction, they might be able to catch us.
It's possible.
they could also
Or if
have
we put it in
people
the bag of
stationed
holding,
on
they
the
might
boat.
not be able to track us.
But they could also have people stationed on the boat that would be following us, like the captain or something that would be in their pocket that could,
It's just like having a cart chase you.
yeah.
Well, yeah, and even then, like if once the captain, even if nothing happens on the voyage, once the voyage is over, they could figure out which captain we used and bribe them and figure out where like
Yeah,
the
we are
boat's
a
a
little
problem.
distinctive as a group too.
Yeah, I think the boat presents a problem. It is
Mhm.
faster travel. It's like 2 days as opposed to 5, so it's a risk. It like going on foot is a risk because it's just longer where shit could happen to us. But
Above game, it would give them, if they went by boat, how many days?
you said a day and a half
They
by
could-
boat and then another 3/4 of a day.
Mm-hmm.
They could be in front of us too.
Yeah, I don't know. Neither option seems
They
fantastic.
both suck.
Shall we flip a coin then? And let fate decide.
Do we want to tell the bartender at the Rusty Axe that we're going to Ceres?
That would be smart, I think. Try to throw him off the scent.
And then if we take a boat, Ceres is a port.
Yeah.
Which
Above
definitely
above
means
game,
we should-
Ceres is you'd have to Ceres is through the blockade.
Oh no, we're
Okay.
not. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I could tell them that I know how to run the blockade, which isn't that much of a stretch. I
No, it's
was
not.
crew on a ship that did it, but
True. Alright.
and Alarian is not through the blockade.
Nope, Alarian is northeast.
That's up a
Okay.
river, right? So
You can't actually get there by boat. You'd land in a Ross and then walk.
We could always just say we're getting a boat down to Barstone, which isn't through the blockade, correct?
Mm-hmm. The block essentially starts at Faymire. Like, draw a line across the
Yeah.
archipelago.
I think if we give like too specific details to the bartender about how we get to Ceres, that might raise some eyebrows.
Yeah, I think if we just tell the bartender that we're leaving, and if they ask,
It's time to go home and talk to the elves. He knows where I'm from.
Well, do you want to lead him straight to where your circle is?
He already
Or-
knows where it is.
Yeah, no, but if he knows that we're going there to that location right now, wouldn't you rather have him show up in Ceres instead? Or I don't know where your circle is located, but
It's inside of the range where they'd be able to track the stone.
okay.
what time of night is it right now?
It's probably at 9 p.m. so far as you could tell you.
So is there anyone still working at the docks? Can we still are we still able to like book passage right now?
You'd probably there are still dock workers and people getting ships ready, but the ships probably wouldn't leave until sunup.
Well, also if
'Cause
we
that's
put
the other thing that's the other thing that like if we go on foot, we can get out of here now.
but if we put the stone in the bag of holding, then they shouldn't be able to track it anyways.
Theoretically.
Theoretically, I mean it seems like a good thing. So if we say that we're going to your circle, it'll throw them off the scent enough that we could probably sneak away for a little bit. They're also likely to check your circle area anyway because
It
we
would
did
make
mention-
sense.
we did mention we were possibly going to go there anyway, so it seems like the logical lie to tell at this moment.
The other
Yeah,
thing is it would be suspicious if we ran out under the cover of dark.
I think yeah, maybe we just go back and get the cart and just go, and we don't have to talk to people unless they find us. Because I don't love the idea of spending another night in this town. When,
I think
like, we
leaving
all
it
know.
I think leaving is just as dangerous because there's probably someone tailing us right now.
I would agree with that.
Well, he told us that, we asked for protection and he said the king said or the prince said that he would have plainclothes royal guards keeping an eye out.
Yeah, I think at this point
While
we
we're
have to
in this city.
Yeah.
Which
But
is why
if-
we shouldn't leave at night and raise
Right.
suspicion that we're running.
All right, but yeah,
we should act as if everything is normal and mention that we're going to the circle, and then we can duck out after that, whether by boat or cart.
And
Yeah.
if we catch a boat, they just think we're going south because Barstone isn't far from my circle. But if the boat turns north,
Yeah, the boat can turn north after it's
and
out
the
of
other
sight.
thing is I can probe the captain's mind and figure out who he is.
True.
I can do it to all of them.
What if we took the boat south a ways and then put the stone in the bag of holding and then went north from there?
I mean, the issue is like we're not driving the boat ourselves. We're booking passage on the
We
boat that
But we could get it to like Trost and then put it in the bag of holding at Trost because that's kind of like halfway, and
Mhm.
then
And
start
then go
making
north.
and then go north where we
Yeah,
need
because
to
I
go.
wonder if like it might not be, if if we want to pretend like everything's normal, we shouldn't drop it in the bag of holding right away.
I agree. Maybe we book passage to Trost then, and when we get there, we get off the boat, drop it in the bag of holding while finding an inn, and then book passage north.
yeah,
Lose
that
them,
sounds
lose them in a city they're not used to.
Mhm.
And Dietrich and I can disguise ourselves to book that passage so that nobody would even say it was one of us that booked that passage.
Don't
So
be
Rai
suspicious,
is
don't be suspicious.
Rai is
Yeah, yeah, the
Would I
fiance is
know?
great, isn't she?
Say
Would
that
I
again.
know like who basically is Trost dwarvish or not?
Trost is not. Trost is a human port. Primarily human port.
Okay. I'd pass that information along that I know that.
yeah. So I think we go back to the tavern, sleep tonight like nothing's wrong, book passage, and go to Trost. And then when we're in Trost, put the stone in the bag of holding, and then book passage from there to Alarion. So that anybody here tracking us thinks we just went to Trost.
Or if you guys,
On our
or if
way
it's
to
out
the
of range,
Or if it's out of range,
it's
or
going that way.
you know,
Okay. Okay.
they sailed toward Trost and then we lost the signal.
It looks like, is it going to be out of range above game Rai? Because it looks like it. I'm just trying to get like ranges down.
I would say because Farzi would probably assume, with all the information he was given, that it would be out of range with his, because he's the one with keen mind. But
Okay.
yeah.
Yep, that should be out of range.
Yeah, I think that sounds like a good plan.
Sounds good to me.
Change cars to make sure you're not followed. Spy
Also,
movie shit.
standard, we should, take watch through the night just to make sure
Yeah.
Do
anything.
we all want to be in one room then?
I think as long as the rooms are close by and you're not out sleeping in the stables, we should be okay.
I will take the second watches, the last two.
I'll take one.
Can take one.
Okay.
And so do I see, like, can I tell if there are any ships here now that are bound for Trost in the morning?
If you guys, shit, I accidentally closed out the right port map. Sorry, 1 second. You guys would probably leave out of South Docks, which is not a place you can see right now. Not necessarily the center docks. It's normally where the richer trade ships dock. So no.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Does Rook know enough about the sort of ship schedules down that way?
Make a history check
History, okay.
with advantage because it's your city.
Guidance.
Okay, so I can add a D4.
That should offset the -1.
Well, I rolled 2. Okay, so the higher of the two was the 6, and I get a D4. Hey, so that's a 10 total.
There's ships leaving for the major ports kind of every day. Even if it's not a, passenger ship, there might be a trade ship. But
Okay.
beyond that, you don't have a specific schedule.
Okay.
Can we head down that way and see if we can find someone where we can book passage just while we're here, while we're out?
Might be a good idea.
Yeah.
Just so we
That's-
know what time we need to get up at.
Yeah, since it takes a little while to get here from the Rusty Axe.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys want to head down in the South Docks, make a investigation check for me, Alvin.
Everyone?
Alvin. Or not Al,
Oh.
sorry, Alvin. Fuck. Dietrich.
Dietrich.
Can I walk?
Jesus Christ.
Am I close enough to give him guidance?
Yeah, you can give him guidance. Jesus
I'm gonna use a
Christ.
luck point.
Man, how many
That's
of those do you
better.
have left?
I refresh them every day, so I
I
haven't
know.
used any today yet.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
You have guidance as well.
So with guidance, that's a 21.
Okay. The docks are kind of not busy at the moment outside of like skeleton crews finishing loading for the morning.
Can I so can I tell like where these ships are bound for?
Not by the cargo.
Okay. Can I approach someone?
One
Like
of
a-
them will end up approaching you and being like, nobody's down at the docks at this hour without needing something. Or
Maybe
being
you could help
lost. Are
me.
you lost?
Maybe you could help me with something. We're looking for a ship bound for Trost in the morning,
Oh. Okay.
and we'd be interested in booking passage on it.
Wow. Couple ships down, there's a cargo ship just going there. It wouldn't be comfortable, but
It's okay if it's not comfortable.
okay.
We're not very comfortable either.
Yeah, they normally leave it first light, a little bit after. They stagger us a little bit. Good evening.
We'll come down here sometime before then and
Right.
see if we can get on board.
All right.
Thanks for your help. And I flip him a silver.
Thank you. It's in like the pocket of his overalls. So now you guys are headed back to the Rusty Axe.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Rook's gonna sort of keep an eye out over his shoulder to see if looks like anyone's following.
Doesn't look like anyone's following. Doesn't look like he sent two plainclothes Kingsguard after all.
That cheap bastard.
Pretty much. They like hoarding their gold, not spending it. Especially for overtime. It's time and a half. Okay. Let's make the
What
rest.
about holiday pay?
Takes point. You guys make it to the Rusty Axe without any issues.
Just walk in like everything's normal.
How was your day?
Oh, not bad. It looks like we're
Interesting.
gonna have to leave in the morning though.
Oh, okay.
Farsu, would you like to drink again?
Not as much as I drank before. I'd be down for a drink and maybe
like
a
3
bit of-
shots and a
Hey.
beer.
Wait, what?
Hey,
Yeah.
Dunce, Dunce, I have a drink you should take a shot of, I think. I'll pull the green bottle out of my bag. Can I have a glass for
Dude,
this?
I was cleaning up leaves for like an hour last night. No.
He doesn't know what it does, please.
No.
Pretty
The
sure I can
squirrel
figure
is
it out.
hungry.
If you're gonna clean the leaves up, yeah.
I will.
Okay. Pulls a shot glass out and pushes it towards you.
I'll pour a shot. Do you want it? And then slide it towards him. Muted.
Muted.
I'll pick it up and I'll give it a sniff. What does it smell like?
Like a
Earthy or-
damp forest.
Ugh. No. Not good. That doesn't smell good.
It's your loss. It tastes like home to me.
Yeah, home to you, not home to me.
Your
I'll take the
squirrel would like
glass
it.
and
It's home to your squirrel.
Frank, though. Frank
I'll
will
give
land
it to
on,
Frank.
on the bar. Yeah, he'll just like, take a step and another step until you get the hint.
It's all yours. It's all yours, buddy. And then I'll.
So he's gonna drink it, and then he's gonna be a little flying bush.
So along his back, between where his like spines are on a dragon, grow all these tiny little branches with leaves coming out.
Henrietta, are you a hedge wizard?
Oh.
Ouch! No.
I'm trying to think of what would smell like home to me above
And
you.
red and
Like-
his red scales from the places where the twigs grew out just takes on his skin is now tree bark.
I think home to me smells like chicken pot pie in a sheet's bathrobe.
Yeah, probably.
It's pretty accurate, I think.
I was gonna say it smells like Tortuga on the Pirates of the Caribbean ride.
Oh no, I don't mean Dietrich. I mean me above game.
Oh,
Like,
Dietrich, it's the Tortuga scene from Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney World.
yeah. No, yeah, Dietrich. Well, home. It depends on what we mean by home, because Dietrich's had a few of them.
Fair, yeah. Okay. Any more drinking?
Not tonight for me.
Is
Don't
the
be
squirrel around?
Don't
The
be
squirrel.
suspicious.
The squirrel's always
Thanks, I have
around.
that stuck in my head now, by the way. Great.
Frank's gonna like
I
land
feel
on
bad,
the
right?
ground and just try to act like a bush and entice the squirrel.
I'd feel bad for you, Rai, but I've been singing like a rhinestone cowboy for the last hour and a half. So.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be. Anyway,
How does Frank look now?
It looks
basically,
like a bush on the ground.
basically like a stump, like a fallen over tree that only had branches growing on one side when he lays on the ground.
Any like colors? Is he like
He-
forest
he-
color?
He looks like a tree. His skin turned to bark.
And we all know that Nibbles isn't very smart.
Yeah.
He's gonna approach it
Okay.
and sniff it, because I'm guessing like
It smells like
tall-
a tree.
how big is Frank?
Frank's only about twice the size of your squirrel. 3 times. Not that big.
I'm gonna look at it confused,
I think he's like 2.5 feet long.
because trees are big.
Mm-hmm.
You've never seen a tree that thick, but that short. So he's gonna give it a sniff.
That smells
Look-
like a tree.
He's a tiny creature.
Yeah.
Look at it and see if there's any nuts.
No, just leaves.
Doesn't look big enough to climb.
He's
This
not
is-
gonna climb.
No, he's a good
I knew
inch
exactly what was
away.
going to happen when the squirrel climbed too.
Now, if that was me, I would climb,
Anyways.
but not tall enough to climb.
Does anybody else have anything you guys want to do before bed?
I'll take out my amulet and ask my patron.
Shit, I need to consult the
Will there
notes.
be
I forgot
good
again. Shit.
Hot, good,
Will there be
cold.
will
I
there be
have it,
good
I have it.
results?
I know. Anyway, what's the
Pot's
question?
good
Will-
because he's a tiefling.
Yes, I literally
I'll
have
add-
it in my notes on the first page.
So I'll ask, will there be a good result if we bring the stone to Alarian?
It turns warm. Not as shocking of a temperature change as it was when you asked it last time.
I'll just put it away and tell anyone who's noticing that I'm doing this that I think we're on a pretty good track. Yeah. Other than that, I'm good. Ready for bed.
Okay, who's taking the shifts?
I think
I'm
it's
taking
me,
the
Rook,
last
and
two.
Emrys.
Who's taking the first one?
I will.
Okay. Can the 3 people roll for me?
Perception, right?
Yep.
Passive 20.
Okay.
Passive 21.
All right.
Wish my passive was that good.
Perception, right? It's a 19.
You are doing your watch. Emrys, during the last couple hours, like, the sun isn't up, but you know how, like, before the sunrise, the sky just gets a little bit lighter?
Yeah.
That's starting to happen, and you notice you're looking out, you look at the hallway, you walk down the hallway, you kind of pace around the hallway, go back in the room, kind of look out the windows. You do that a little bit, and then right as the sky starts about to change, there's somebody pacing back and forth in the alley. But it looks potentially like it's bad news, but just at some point trips over, like, I'm not going to say trash can, because trash cans don't exist, but trips over something that somebody left in the thing kind of clumsily, realizes they made some noise, like they were trying to hype themselves, and just leaves. It's the only thing any of you noticed during the evening.
I am going to go wake up everyone when I see that.
Wow.
No. Knock on the door, not startling or anything, not speaking into their heads. Try and get everyone up.
Well, also, we wanted to leave super early anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll be right back. One moment.
Cool. I'll say, as long as you guys don't do anything strenuous, everybody gets the effect of a long rest. And what are y'all doing with your morning?
He's probably just grabbing something to go and getting down to the docks ASAP.
Yep.
Yeah, some of the bread and stuff is made when you guys get downstairs. That is it. You guys are paying for the
Oh.
room now, right?
Yeah.
Yep. The rooms. Which was 5 silver a night.
For how
How
many
many
nights?
I believe you guys did not pay for 2, because you paid for the first night up front.
I only
So it's
paid for
5
this
silver. So it's 5 silver each.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a gold each
Mm-hmm.
for the 2 nights.
Yep.
Okay. Deducting a gold.
I am doing the same on Lucius's. All right. And then you guys are heading down to the docks.
Yep.
Bread in your mouths, running down. Okay. All right. You guys are able to find the ship the sailor was pointing to the previous evening without too much hassle. Getting ready, last minute things coming on board pretty quickly. And this part of the docks is not really some place that, people hang out at, so eventually this man kind of in weathered, like salted leather, kind of walks up to the group of you as you guys are kind of standing there looking, hoping this is the right ship. What can I do for you? Older orcish gentleman.
Is this ship bound for Trost?
Yes, it is.
Well, my companions and I would be interested in booking passage if you've got room for 7.
I have a storage room if you guys have food for yourselves.
We can make do.
All right.
We're very good at staying out of the way.
Perfect. Because we're kind of full on goods. Trost, where we're headed, correct?
Indeed.
All right. With no expectations, we're continuing on and running blockade. I just want to make that up front. That is not what we do.
Just going to Trost, friend.
All right. We're mostly full. I've got the one room. I can't fill it up. I'll even give you all a bit of a deal. Half price passage for a
Ooh.
room of this size.
I love deals.
I'll say 6 gold apiece, and you got yourself a deal.
I look around to the others, like 6 each.
I like even numbers,
Seem
like
good.
5.
I gotta make a living. My guy, I gotta make a living.
Fair enough, and we know it's short notice.
Yeah.
I hand him 6.
Yeah, I'm fine with 6.
Hand him 6.
Yep. And
All right. I'm Captain Mole, M-O-L. Not Mole, Maul. It's my orcish name.
Is his first name Darth?
No, it's not.
Give me 1 second. Something just blew up outside.
Oh shit. Having had that happen before, that's terrifying. All right. I guess since my crew can take up cleaning, I'll walk you guys down. And he walks you up the ramp and into the ship, and it's kind of a mess. Things are not well organized on this ship.
you said it was an orc ship, right?
No, its captain is an orc. It's just a regular ship.
Yeah.
This is a regular wooden constructed ship.
Orc.
It is. You realize it's 3 floors of storage here. I was gonna say it was a transformer, wasn't it? Maybe.
Are they
I'm not
told to
actually
assemble?
sure.
Okay.
Transformer or maybe a car accident. I don't know, or
Nothing
it's
you
not
can
really fireworks
see.
time. But yeah, I don't
Eh.
see anything.
If it was a transformer,
She
there'd
could
be no power.
She could be past where it is.
yeah,
Or Bumblebee.
yeah,
Or
that.
Bumblebee. Yeah. Kind of leads you down to like the second storage area, and it's segmented off. Like there are cages that kind of segment cargo so that it can't roll around during shipment, with kind of huge doors that kind of swing open and stuff. And in the last one, it's kind of got a double door, so it's got a bigger tall door that goes all the way up to the next floor to kind of like swing open, but this one has a smaller door in it, and he kind of opens this. It's kind of like 10 by 6 kind of space, and it goes, all right, I'll tell you when we dock and you guys can sneak off.
Above game, do we know about how long this leg of the journey is?
Well, if it was a day and a half,
Well, a day and a half if you had gone to like
it seems to be almost the same distance.
A
Roughly.
Ross is about 4 hours less, so you'd get in 5-6 p.m. maybe a little bit later on day 2 into Trost.
okay, so like we're here basically for a night.
Yes, assuming you guys don't
Like
hit
all day
dead-
today, sleep all day tomorrow.
Assuming you guys don't deadwind. So
The doors to this chamber or
Mhm.
to this sort of section, do they have a lock?
they do, but it doesn't seem to have ever been used. It's rusted.
Okay. Which side of the door is it on?
It's on the other side of the door from you guys.
The outside?
Uh-huh.
Okay. I'll once the captain is gone, I'll just sort of casually point that out to everyone else. Looks rusty, but just so we know.
All right. I need someone to roll for the travel day.
What do you need for that?
A d20.
Ouch.
What?
5.
I need you to roll another d20 for me, please.
16.
As you guys walked up to the docks, you noticed that there wasn't much wind in the sails, but you hear the sails pick up wind from somewhere as they start to kind of oar out into the water. And you all leave Rhineport by boat.
I've never been on a boat.
It is rocky. Like where you are on the boat is kind of like the worst section in terms of, because it's near the front. You kind of are hitting the waves. You're going up and down and left and right.
I get
Farzu.
seasick.
Some advice, Farzu. The first couple of times you're on a boat, it fucking sucks. And then you get used to it. And the next like 10 or 20 times you're on a boat are amazing.
And then eventually
then
you're on a
after
boat with
that-
T-Pain and it's just great.
And then after that, it just gets boring as hell.
Well, I rolled a 3.
You don't
I'm definitely getting sick.
necessarily throw up, but you do not feel like you're gonna be able to eat on this boat for 2 days.
I'll if it helps, I'll take Farzu upstairs to get some fresh air.
Yeah, as soon as you guys know, as soon as
He can-
you know you
He can
cleared
take
the Port
Titanic off
Authority.
He might be a little suspicious of that.
Don't be suspicious.
Rhinestone Cowboy, screw you.
Dude, I've
Ugh.
without spoilers, there's a particular needle drop in Stranger Things season 4
Yes,
that has been stuck in my head.
I've not
Like,
seen it
I've
yet.
seen people use the song
I'm-
on YouTube, on TikTok, so I
I'm-
know what you're talking about.
I'm halfway through it. I think I'm like 5 episodes in, and it's stuck in my head, and it's so good. And
Anybody have anything they want to do on the boat today?
So you said we can't go up to the
Until you
deck
guys
'cause
are
the port authority's
through
up
the
there?
until you guys know you're past like the port
For sure.
watch, like the watchtowers area. So
Sure.
it's a couple hours, and then you can take them up and
Okay.
immediately
Okay.
get sick over the side of the
You
boat.
you can Titanic off the bow if you want to. I'm not grinding on you from behind though. A respectful distance.
Anyways,
I used to be able to play the Titanic theme song on my clarinet.
damn. Is there anything you guys want to do today?
Would like to do something to keep my mind off the rocking of the boat.
Don't rock the boat, baby.
Go rock the boat, baby.
You can watch birds, look for fish, dolphins, that kind of thing.
Rook can provide birds if you need them.
Fair. I doesn't even have anything they want to do today. Or before they go to bed this evening. So see if you guys are using rations, knock one off.
And I'm make a concoction to settle my stomach. To settle the nausea.
You can certainly try.
Because I have a herbalism kit.
You do. You can certainly try.
I'm gonna try.
That is wisdom. No, sorry, that's medicine with advantage.
Medicine with advantage.
Mm-hmm.
15.
Okay. You combine some small herbs that you just happen to also pick up at some point along the way, and you're like, yeah, this might work.
I do like any herbalism person.
Try it yourself.
Try it myself.
It doesn't make it any worse. It doesn't make it better, but you don't feel like you're gonna throw up anymore. Like you're still nauseous.
That
and
works for
seasick,
me.
But you're probably not gonna throw up again.
That works for me.
Okay.
I think like Dietrich is just like, other than when he goes up to help Farzu, other than that, he's just totally comfortable hanging out below decks on this ship. Barely even feels it. And he's just kind of sitting in the corner of their little room, humming a sea shanty to himself.
Okay.
A very old sea shanty about this woman named Penelope.
God damn it.
I started hearing it in my head, I'm not gonna lie.
Above game, anybody spending their evening time on the deck?
I'm probably up there.
Well, now
No, you're down below. You said that. So who's up? Who is up on the deck besides Farzu? Anybody? No.
Yeah, Rook will probably come up towards the evening.
Okay. Make a perception check for me. And Farzu as well.
23.
Okay.
Perception, right?
Mm-hmm.
Perception. That'd be a 19.
Okay. You guys see as dusk falls and it starts to get dark, and it does get dark out here. They have lanterns on like the ends of the ships. In the lantern light, you guys see what you initially think is a dolphin kind of coming up out of the water alongside the boat, And then about the second time, you see how sharp the fin is, and you're like, oh, that's a giant shark.
I don't think I'd know exactly what that is.
No. Well, you've probably read about it in a book. You're fairly well read.
Yeah. Yeah, true. To clarify, Rook, is that a shark?
I think so. I don't think I've ever seen one in real life before, but definitely on like sailors' tattoos and stuff.
I've
It's
read
pretty
about them,
big.
but
Yeah, like a sailor tattoo just has a shark fin coming out of the water. Looks exactly like it. But in real life.
I'm gonna take a couple steps back from the railing.
I will as well.
It never really comes closer than like a dozen feet or so, and eventually it gets bored of following the boat and kind of. You don't see its fin after about a half an hour.
After it leaves, Rook is like, shit, I could have tried to talk to it.
Oh, that would have been interesting.
What do you think it would have to say?
I don't know. What do they eat? What do they
Fish
do?
are friends, not
Not
food.
Do we smell? Are sharks supposed to smell blood or toast? Blood. Steve, I think I'm having a stroke.
I think they eats whatever they want. They have really sharp teeth. We didn't get to see the teeth on this one, but I've seen them on the sailors' tattoos. They got like real big, scary teeth.
You've also seen like shark teeth tattoo, like necklaces.
Oh yeah,
too, to be
necklaces
fair,
too.
yeah.
Some of them's like as big as my hand.
Oh,
Could probably swallow you or me in one bite.
most definitely.
Cool to talk to, but I'm glad it stayed out there.
Yeah, good thing I didn't try to jump into the ship. That'd be. Ugh. No.
If a shark could jump 30-ish feet up onto the deck, that'd be something.
Hey, I've
Sharknado?
seen Sharknado and the Meg.
Bag.
You've read the book from the Elvish Library called Sharknado? Okay.
Rick will absolutely tell everyone else about the shark when she goes back below decks.
Is it clear? Is it a clear night?
It's the clouds are starting to come in. Like you can't really see the stars this evening, unfortunately.
When Rook tells me about the shark, I just like in a very bored way, just say like, "Oh yeah, that'll happen."
Okay. By the way, at night, directly below you guys seems to be the mess where the sailors, not pirates, but sailors are. There's noise and stuff coming from it, but it's not super loud. As well.
Lived in a city, so she's
Mhm.
okay with it.
Yeah. I'll go say with the passive perception of 20, Dietrich, it sounds like they're talking about card games at some point too.
My ears perk up at that.
Yeah, they're definitely
I
talking about
think
playing games for money.
I will venture down there and see what's going on.
Some of the sailors look like, I have never seen you on this ship before. Like, what are you doing here?
Just a passenger for today.
Oh, you're that guy, right?
Yeah, I'm afraid so.
We're playing
But was
cards.
but
You're
spent
bored.
spent a good number of years as a crew member on other vessels.
Hmm.
Anyway, you mentioned something about cards.
Yeah.
I'm interested if you're playing.
Oh. I'm playing some. You sailed. You know poker.
Of course.
Yeah, it's better than liar's dice. Yeah, you want in a hand or
Sure, I'll play a hand.
all right. Above game because it's gonna drag. Anybody else want to do anything this evening?
I think I'm gonna watch them.
Okay.
But I am gonna disguise myself first.
As what?
So the crew was mainly orc?
No, it's all types. There's dwarves. There's if you go down and poke your head through because you haven't seen really many of them.
Mm-hmm.
The captain's the only orc on the ship. There's a dwarf. There's humans. There's another tiefling. Not playing cards. There's humans.
I want to make myself kind of look like Dietrich, but not exactly.
Okay.
Are there any other goblins on board?
Not that you see.
Okay.
It doesn't mean there isn't one.
Not that you see.
Thank you for getting my joke. I appreciate it. There are 3 other people playing poker, by the way. Just so you have the numbers.
Okay.
They will shuffle you in. So roll your hand, please.
Okay.
Cool. Alright, and they'll deal you out and shuffle you in. First person is going to be like, alright, we don't play like big, like super big money here. Is that okay?
Whatever amount you wish.
Alright, I'm in 2 silver. Second guy. Alright, this is the tiefling, by the way. Blue though. Alright, I'm in 2. I'll call. Last guy. It's like, geez, yeah, I'm in 2 silver.
I'll see you and raise it, and I'll put in 4 silver.
2 4 silver or an additional 4 silver?
A total of 4 silver, so I'm doubling it.
First guy's like, yeah. 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 They all call. They do the river. It is a 4 of hearts, a queen of diamonds, and a king of spades. So the
Sorry,
second
4 of hearts. 4 of hearts. What were the other 2?
queen of diamonds and the king of spades.
Okay.
First guy's like, all right, I'm just gonna check. Yeah, me too. Third guy's gonna look at his cards again. 2 silver.
I'll throw in a total of 6 silver.
First guy is gonna be like, yeah, I'll go to 6. I'll go to 6. Middle guy's like, I'm out. Not, it's good, but not that good. Last guy's like, I guess. Throws in 6 silver and calls. Next card is a 2 of diamonds. The first guy's like, I check. Yeah, me too. What you doing?
Oh, right, because there are only two left.
Mm-hmm.
I just smile at both of them, and without breaking eye contact, I toss a gold in.
Oh. Huh. Alright, you know what? I made money on the last trip. I'm making money on this trip. I did not make that much money. I mean, I did make that much money, but I'm out. I'm out. Last guy is kind of like, I'm in. Sure. Kind of looks at you. All right. And the guy that's dealing just dropped out, flips over the last card, and it's an ace of spades. Um. 4 silver.
Four silver after you just called with a gold.
Yeah.
I don't think you have anything at all, friend. And I'll put
Oh.
in 2 gold.
Oh. Okay.
So
Like,
he needs a gold and 6 silver
he kind of looks
to
down at
call.
it. He kind of looks down at his pile. And kind of roots around and pulls his 4 silver back and pulls out the only 3 gold pieces in his pile and raises you to 3 gold.
Yeah, I'll call it. Fuck it.
Okay. Oh. Okay. He'll flip over and he has an ace of diamonds and the 8 of clubs.
Yeah, he wins. I have a I have a I have 8-4 offsuit, so I've just got a pair of 4s.
Okay. Wait, I won?
Well played.
Oh. I just knew. I don't know much. I know sailing and I know ace is good, and I just go in with even a single one every time. I don't win a lot, but it says 5 gold total.
Yeah, I'm out 5.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't win much. I'm gonna quit while I'm ahead. And he kind of gets up, and the other two kind of look at him like, okay, we have never lost to him before.
This looks like fun.
I must be bad luck.
Man, nah, he just ran into one. That's all it is, right? You still in? You still got money? 5 gold's a lot.
Yeah, I can do one more.
Okay.
Can I join in?
Sure. And they'll deal him up. So roll your hand.
All right, I'm ready.
Are you ready, Farzu? Yes?
Yep.
Okay. Cool. First guy's gonna be like, all right, one silver. Second guy's like, all right, I'm actually gonna go three silver.
My next or you?
It's Dietrich and then you.
Okay.
I'll call the 3 silver.
Okay.
I'll raise to 5.
I'm out of silver. I'll just be out of silver. I'm out. Second guy. Yeah. The tiefling's like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna call you. 5 silver. Dietrich.
I will call.
Okay. All right. I'll deal. I'm out. I'll deal. And I'll throw down the 3 cards, which is an ace of clubs, an 8 of spades, and a 3 of spades. Tiefling, who's now turned it is. I'll go another 3 silver. Yeah.
I'll raise it up to 6 silver.
Big spender.
I'll call.
So 6 silver. He will call as well. It is the 9 of diamonds. I'm just gonna check.
I'll just check.
New guy.
I'll check.
Okay. Yeah.
Don't be dropping that D4.
Last card is a queen of diamonds.
Can I use my cutting words to make you roll a d4 and subtract from it? Or
No.
d8?
No.
Oh.
I actually believe it specifically says the D20 roll on cutting words. Yeah, so the last card is a queen of diamonds. The tiefling's gonna be like, all right, 5 silver, 6 silver. I'm gonna go 5 silver. That looks like a good number.
I like 5. But I don't like the color. I put in 5 gold.
Big spender.
Old.
Look, I'm out. I'm out of gold anyway. Kind of looks at his pile. It's mostly silver. I can't do it. That's like a third of my trip money. Can't do it. What you have though?
Farzu's still in,
Farzu folded.
isn't he?
Farzu was
Oh, you
before
folded?
him. Yeah.
Okay. I have a straight because I've got a 10 and a king.
I see. He flips over. He flips it over when you flip yours over, and he's like, "Ah, you had the card I didn't have. You had a 10 and a queen."
So I've been counting up the money.
Yes.
So in the pot is a total of 39 silver
Yes.
plus my 5 gold.
Yes.
And
That is exactly what I have.
39 of the 39 silver, I put 11 in, and I put all the 5 gold in.
So it's 2 gold,
So-
8 silver out.
So I make 28 silver.
Yes.
So I will add that.
All right.
I might have lost track on how much I threw in.
You threw in 11
sil-
silver.
11 silver.
Yeah.
All right.
That drink from 2 nights ago doesn't continue to last.
You're supposed to have keen mind, bud. They'll be like, that was fun. That was fun. Caught us at the end of a night. Unfortunately, we gotta get sleep. We gotta man the ship in the morning.
Oh, thanks for letting us sit in.
Hey, no problem.
What's your name, by the way?
You don't care about our names. You're just a passer through.
Maybe so, but you never know.
Oh. The human dealer, because the dealer got up and walked away with his deck, shuffling it. That's Rory. I'm Zara. We're just two of the dock work hands here, I guess.
Well, nice to meet you both. I'm Dietrich.
Ah. Cool. Do you guys go into trust?
And I'll,
Trade? For trade?
yeah, well, no, just some personal business.
Nobody goes to trust for personal business. But
Trust
I
me,
get
I'm not that excited about it either.
you. I bet you're not. All right, y'all. I don't know where they're storing you all while we're here, but enjoy your evening. And I'll get up and
Have a good night.
I'll get up and leave. All right.
Okay, I will stop wasting everyone's time.
Yes,
with
exactly.
Me playing poker.
It's fun though.
It's entertaining.
That pocket ace.
Yeah, I'm really sad that nobody else except me and you were there for that.
Yeah.
Because that was in our session 0.
Oh my god, yeah. No, I mean tonight when he flipped not the pocket ace, but the last card ace
Oh yeah.
for Buddy to win a hand.
I had 2 7s.
Damn man. Does anybody else want to do anything before they go to bed?
Henrietta's just gonna be in her little corner with Frank, and she's just gonna tell him all the stuff that she saw in her vision.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Is anybody else doing anything? Nope. Do you guys need to hit your long rest buttons for any reason besides Dietrich for his luck points? And no, you cannot use luck points on your cards. I'm sorry.
I haven't used any today.
Oh, you haven't used any today. You guys can hit your long rest buttons if you need to, and I need somebody to roll a travel for me, which is a d20. Who
I
hasn't
ain't
rolled in
doing
the
it again.
Who hasn't rolled in Hobbit? Dunce! D20 for travel, please.
18.
Did you guys wake up in the morning on the boat? It is rocking faster than it was yesterday as a strong wind picks up, bringing with it a storm and a cold rain, but also the speed to make it to Tross just a little bit faster. You pull in under the cold rain at about what, as far as you could tell, you was about 2 p.m. in the afternoon. As we'll take it off next time.
Rook looks a little green at the tossing of the ship. Oh wait. Rook looks
You always look a little
at the
green.
Cannot be
tossing of
turned
the
exhaust.
ship.
I think she always looks a lot green.
Well, at least you're not naturally orange. When I turn green, I just get brown.
Wait. Is that why you got off ships? Anywho,
Well, hopefully you don't turn green anymore after. Does Dietrich have hoofs?
I never actually decided. The default tiefling on Hero Forge has hooves. And I thought that's just what tieflings look like. And then after the fact, I found out that a lot of them don't.
yep. All right, guys. We'll see you all next Wednesday for another episode of Odoron. We'll be back Monday for episode 40 of Sawyer 7 already, which is kind of crazy. So,
Over the hill.
have a good night, everybody. Bye.
Thanks, everyone.